Anyone else like to share? How about you in the back with the glasses, sir?
My name's Bobby, and I am an addict. Hey, Bobby. You know, you folks aren't here because you're gamblers. You are here because you are terrible gamblers. These folks don't need to stop doing what they're doing. They just need to get better at it. Who's stealing? Please. Who's that?
Who's in? Let's roll. The first of the night throwdown has begun. The pimps, the players, the hustlers, the people of Boston, and everybody else in between from Costa Rica to California, Montreal to Minnesota, and the NYC. Let's do this thing. It's actually a rarity, man. Football is back, and so are we for the time being. But we've got football back right now. Josh Allen looking to score his first professional touchdown. The Buffalo Bills. Oh, he just did actually score. They're going for 2 right now. I didn't see it. I don't know if he threw a touchdown or what happened, but he just led a drive. This game sails over the number. And we'll get you caught up to date as far as here's Josh Allen scrambling, and Josh Allen's about to get sacked, and he gets sacked. It's not the Mountain West kid. You can't just sort of linger. You can't be a lingerer. It's the thing in the NFL. You'll realize fast you got to get rid of that football. All right, so yeah, it's a rarity. I don't even know. It's like overwhelming almost. Like, holy shit. We've got 3 football games going on right now. And we tweeted it out. The Patriots got it, so you should know. If you don't, you should. But if you don't, we like the underdogs, man. And I should have taken the Carolina Panthers tonight. I was going to. I just don't like betting against my own team, even in the fucking preseason. But if you can get points, you take them. I think San Francisco's overhyped, and you see the hype coming into this. San Francisco are favored by 3.5 points tonight. Give me the Pokes. Give me the Dallas Cowboys. Except I went bigger on Seattle. And you see Baltimore. Now, Baltimore, it's their 10th fucking preseason win in a row tonight. Seattle's very similar, man. Pete Carroll's a nut job, fuck. Like, the guy's all fucking hyped up for preseason games. He's going to be running around like it's the fucking Rose Bowl or something tonight. Like, Seattle, like, beat the shit out of people in the preseason. Like, I don't know why he does it, but he enjoys it. He does. I remember, like, years ago, I lost betting against him a few times, and I realized, I was like, this guy's a fucking nut job. I remember, like, it was like 2 years ago, I bet a fucking, like, $1,000 against the Seahawks. I remember we were doing a live show just like this, and I think it was fucking San Diego. I don't know who the fuck it was. I think it was, but fucking Pete Carroll, he fucking played Russell Wilson for the entire first half of like the second preseason game of the year type shit. First preseason game of the year. Like, nobody does that. And then he left Tavares Jackson in after for like the entire half. Like, no fucking kid ever played. There was no stiff third string guy. It was like Russell Wilson played the first half, and then Tavares Jackson like fucking ran fucking wild in the second. And it was the same bullshit last year. I think Trayvon Boykin had like 4 touchdowns in the second half of one game last year. Like, he won't let up. I know, Andrew Luck's back and all this type of shit, but Luck's not playing. At least I don't believe he is. I should get this game. All right, 28-23. Final score. Carolina beats the Buffalo Bills, 28-23. Can't believe it. Buffalo never loses. Buffalo actually looked very good in the first half. Like the Buffalo Bills starters and everything like that. Like, the Bills lost this game, but they're walking away with something positive here. Nate Peterman looked real sharp. Benjamin's got a big mouth, but he looked good. All the Bills looked good early. The defense, everyone was good. Yeah, that's the thing with these games. In the fourth quarter, it just sort of becomes a shit show, right? I should get the Seattle game, though. Every year I get these Seattle preseason games. And boom, I don't even have to look it up. I don't even know the channel. It is Andrew Luck. Oh, no. Motherfucker. Indy's moving the ball. What's up, Eric Leduc? Oh, I see. I'm not even looking. It's the first time I look at the chat. First time I look at the chat this evening, I see we got trolls already. Yeah, Porter Airlines go fuck themselves. Yeah, this is our second show in our second country today. It's a little bit much, to be honest. Hey, fucking Colts are looking good here in the first drive, but whatever. It's all right. It's one drive. It's one drive. So, yeah, we're also on the BC Lions. We took the 3.5 with the BC Lions, and we went over the number in that game, too. All right, so we're on the Seattle Seahawks money line. We're on the Dallas Cowboys plus 3.5. We're on the BC Lions plus 3.5. And we're on the over in the BC Lion Edmonton Eskimo game. I didn't bet any baseball because I'm a psychopath, and there's all this football going on. I appreciate that. Good to see everybody. How you doing, Ken? WF Meckler, great time watching last night. Appreciate that. Yeah, fun times last night. Yeah, we won't be doing that like too often. You know, it's basically, listen, I've been at a lot of different stations before, right? And, you know, the bigger the station and sort of the different things, it's sort of like a team fight. There's always that you got to go out and get fucked up. That's how you get to know each other. Like, if you don't get along when you're fucked up, you're going to have a problem. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. Like, me and Cam could party together. Hey, man, like, you know what I mean? We get along. So, like, that was the deal. It was like me, Corey, Sir Michelle, and Carton had to go out and get fucked up. You know, it's like it's team bonding. And it was basically like at the end of the night, we're like, all right, fucking, we'll see who can fucking, if anyone's going to be weak in the morning. It's like, I'll be good. Don't worry. I'll wake up. Yeah. So I don't want to make a habit of that or anything like that. Trust me, fuck. Like, my schedule is about to get really motherfucking nuts, man. Like, really nuts. So I'm gonna have to stay. I'm gonna have to stay like fucking sober, and I don't really drink that much, anyways. Like, I think people think I have a reputation like I'm a crazy partier and shit, but I really don't. You guys see me. I'm on the air every fucking night, right? I like to have fun, you know. I'm more of a social type drinker. Like, I like to get fucked up when I go to a football game, or if I fucking, you know, once in a while, you know, live show type shit. But I haven't slept much. So, like, once I'm used to the schedule, like, I got screwed over, man. I talked about it like the other night. I got motherfucking screwed, man. And I got screwed again coming back today. Like, this fucking airline, I don't know what the fuck happened to them. It's brutal. It's not just me either. Like, I thought, all right, maybe whatever. I got bad luck or something. But it was everyone, fuck. It was everybody. It was a shit show. Like, Porter was a shit show for, like, going there, coming back. There was some, like, nice fucking old lady, man. They fucking left in the airport and shit all night. She said it cost her $1,000 in fucking hotels and fucking this and that. And she missed some fucking convention she was supposed to go to, all because of Porter. Like, she was fucking steaming, man. Like, normally I would get mad and shit. I get to the airport today in New York, Newark, on fucking time and shit. And I'm like, yeah, I go to check in because, of course, Porter fucking kiosks never fucking work. So I go to check in. I got to wait in line and shit. I get to the cash and the red to the chick there, and I'm like, yeah, I'm on the 410. Here's my passport. She goes, oh, I don't see your name. I'm like, oh, this is just great. Fuck. I'm like, of course you don't. Yeah. And then she goes, oh, sir, you're on the 520, actually. And she right away, she gives me the ticket. I'm like, you know what? I'm not on the 520. I'm on the 410. I said, I didn't just make this time up. Like, I didn't just get here at 2:30 because I'm on the 520. And it was like a Russian chick. I don't know. There's a lot of Russians in Newark. Fuck. Like, most of them, I swear, a lot of like their, I don't know, like they have like Eastern European accents, like these chicks, and they're very grumpy and shit. Like, people are nicer in fucking New York than they are in Newark. Newark is not a friendly place. So, okay, like, everyone's just fucking like, it's like fucking. So I get in it with this chick. I'm like, listen, I'm on the 410. She goes, you're not on the 410, and the 410 sold out. And she goes, you're on the 520. And she goes, but you know what? I'll put you on standby on the 4:10. So I said, you're going to put me on standby for the flight that I'm actually paid for. And she's like, I don't book the flights. I'm just, I work here or whatever she gives me. The thing is, though, so I just like, whatever. It wasn't going anywhere, fuck. So I was like, all right, man. So I'm like, fuck, I hate this airline. So I'm like, this is just great. I got to sit here in a Newark airport for 3 hours now. So she gives me the ticket and shit. But then I saw when I went into the airport, the other chicks were at the gate already. So I went up to them and I said, yeah, they put me on standby for this. Right away, the chick goes on the walkie-talkie and starts yelling at her like Russian and shit. Like, don't send anyone on fucking standby. We're fucking. She's freaking out at her. Then she's all mad at me. She's like, so what's your problem anyways? What do you want? Because it was crazy. Yeah, there's like everyone's yelling at these chicks and shit. She's like, what do you want? And I said, but I was all nice to her. I said, I got here like on time and I was told I'm on the 5:10. But once I got into the fucking airport, I was able to get on the Wi-Fi. So I showed her. I said, look, here's my itinerary, 4:10. I said, you guys can't just, I said, what do you guys make shit up here? Like, I said, I said the same thing, but I was nice to her. I said, I really wouldn't have gotten here at 2:30 if, and I showed her the computer and she did what everyone else does with my computer. She actually told me, get that out of my face. That's what she said. I was like, look. She was like, get that out of my face. She was like, all right. She goes, I believe you. And I'm like, this really isn't right. And then she just went, shh. She had like these long fucking like Russian nails. She was like, shh. Like, don't talk. She just fucking, bam. She hit one fucking button. Like, there was no negotiator, no nothing. It's all it took. Like, the other lady could have done the same thing. All she did is like tuck and a new one. And then she just smiled. She goes, here you go. You're leaving at 3:50. I was like, I said, thank you very much. You made my day. And then she's all smiling at me and shit. She's kind of like flirty and shit. Then some other dude comes up. Yeah, hi, I'm on this. And right away, man. She's like, I can't help you. Like I got lucky with the chick. So I get on the 350, except the 350 didn't leave until 5:30. Fuck. I swear to God, it's like a third world. I think it's a combination between Porter and also the Newark fucking airport's a shit show. Like one of the flight attendants told me that he said, he goes, yeah, I don't even like, he goes, I purposely don't do this route. He goes, it's always a shit show. And he said everyone on the plane's always mad and pissed off because it's late and blah, blah. And he's like, he basically said Newark is like the worst airport. That's what a flight attendant told me. He was pretty cool too. He even bumped me up to first class. Not really first class, but instead of bitching once again, like I was sort of like frustrated. I was sitting there and he goes, everything all right, sir? It's like a gay guy. I was like, oh, yeah, I've had a rough day, a 6-hour wait. And then when the flight started, he came up to me and he goes, he goes, the seats in the front row are wide open. He goes, why don't you go take them? So at least you'll be the first one off the plane. It's pretty nice of him. So I was like, yeah, thanks, man. So I went in the front. So, it's hit or miss with these airline people, but it shouldn't be like that. Like it used to be like that. Like I travel a lot. So I remember like in the old days, it used to be like this all the time. Like I used to never believe a flight would be on time. Like, you know what I mean? I would always plan, I better leave 6 hours flight so I can't trust it. But over the last few years, they're very consistent. They used to be, all right, you have a ticket. I swear to God, like Porter's a shit show. Air Canada oversells every fucking flight. They act like they're doing you a favor by getting you on the fucking plane that you paid for. That's what this lady said. She said that they were sold out, and then Porter didn't want to send a flight because they only had like 6 people on it. So they made her wait overnight. Like they just tough shit. Like it's really it's a pain in the fucking ass. Yeah, what's up, Sonny Betts? I'm going to listen to you, bro. I'm going to do LaGuardia next time, man. I do fucking the Newark because I live close to this island airport. Like I don't have to go to the major airport in Toronto. It's like close to my condo here. So I can walk there in 10 minutes. Like I smoke a spliff, walk over, I'm there to the airport, which is pretty convenient. But the thing is, it's not convenient if I have to go through Newark. And the thing is, Like the flight attendant told me, he goes, Newark, there's 3 airports in the area, right? JFK, LaGuardia, and Newark. And he said there's too many planes in the air with all of them. And he basically said, like, Newark gets fucked over. Like, they're the ones that always delayed. And, like, dude, I was in Newark Airport for like 3 hours today. That's all I heard all day. Your flight is delayed, like, everywhere. Everywhere. Dublin, Ireland, your flight is delayed. I had some little Irish fucking kid. He wouldn't shut up. I swear to God, like, I fucking went to lie down in the airport. I finally tried to take a nap and shit. And this dude, like, with his daughter, like, sits right next to me. It's like, why are you doing this to me? Fuck. I hate to be that guy and shit, but I really sincerely believe that there should be airlines where kids aren't allowed. Like, there should be certain flights where it's like, no. There's no kids allowed on this flight. Like, you should put all the fucking families on one fucking flight. Like, people shouldn't have to deal with fucking kids screaming and shit in airports and fucking planes, man. It's a pain in the ass, fuck. Some guy today, like, he's fucking in front of me. It's like, oh, I have 2 kids. The guy thinks he's like fucking LeBron James. Yeah, you're the king, bro. I know. You got 2 kids with you, so everyone better fucking wait behind you where your kid yells and fucking screams and fucking. It's like, holy fuck, man. Yeah, but this dude was encouraging his kid to make noise. Like, he was playing with her and shit, which I don't have a problem with, but go to like the play area or something. You know what I mean? Like, you see there's a fucking dude like me lying on the carpet trying to fucking sleep. And it's like, all right, let's fucking run around and play around this guy. So I get up, fuck. I don't give him a dirty look or anything. I'm like, oh, fuck, man. I'm like, I'm going to go further over here. I go further over there, and then like 2 British fucking like teenage, like, you know, dudes in their 20s said they were nice enough. They sat down, right? But they were talking. They were like in New York. They were talking about the clubs they went to. Oh, this place is great. And oh, it's like London. And like they're talking. It's like, dear God, fuck. I can't like get a second. So I moved again. And there was more kids. Finally, I just fucking like was sitting in this fucking corner with like a bunch of grumpy looking people that were trying to avoid the kids. Fuck. I got into it too. Hey, like, remember we went to Vegas last time? I got into it with a mother actually on the plane. Same shit. At the end of the plane ride, she didn't say anything to me the whole time, but at the end of the plane ride, we got off the plane. We're getting off plane. And she looked at me and she said, thank God this flight's over. She said, your language has been atrocious. I'm with my family. And I said to her, I said, well, first off, your kids are like 2 or 3 rows up here. Secondly, they have earphones on. And then I said, thirdly, you're on a fucking plane going to Las Vegas at fucking midnight. Like, you know what I mean? You just took the Party Express plane to Vegas, baby. Like, what are you, stupid? Like, you know, who bring... And then I laid in her. Her husband was big. He got up, fucking, he wanted to hit me on the plane. I said, who brings their kids on a plane to Vegas at 11 at night anyways? I said, what kind of mother brings their kids to Vegas on a plane in the middle of the night? The flight attendant was like, all right, sir. Like, just get off the plane. You know? I was all drunk, fucking. I'm like, first off, your fucking kids are wearing headphones. Secondly, you're coming to fucking Vegas on a fucking Thursday fucking night. Then I'm dropping F-bombs left and right at her. Russell Wilson's the man. Ooh, what a drive. Hey, what up, Hal Johnson? It's true, man. That's the way it used to be. You used to be able to smoke cigarettes on fucking planes. There used to be like a bar on a plane and shit. You go stand in the back and get wasted and shit. And there's chicks and like, you know what I mean? It's great times. I used to look forward to flying because of that. I'd be like, man, I'm going to get shit-faced and party. I've told you, I've had great parties in the old days. Great parties on planes. Like it was like a fucking flying bar. Like nowadays, like you have a couple of drinks and you have fucking air marshals waiting for you when you get off the plane like I did. Fucking the old days, man. I remember once me and this fucking dude, I just met the guy in an airport. Fuck. We started drinking in the airport together at the bar watching football, and we were on the same plane. We got on the plane, and by chance, we were just flying together all day. I was like, where are you? He's like, where you going? Well, we're connecting there. Oh, me too. And no, me too. Fuck. So, right. So it's like we were in LA, and he was going to Detroit, and I was going to fucking Detroit, and then to Montreal, and he was going to whatever. So we were on like 2 planes together, and fucking, we got fucking wasted, man. Like we were like bitching and shit. Like the beer was too warm. The beer's warm. What the hell's this? Fucking, like we're complaining like it's a bar. And like they're serving you and shit. Like fucking, you know what I mean? Like they're putting up with your shit. Nowadays, man, you fucking look at a fucking flight attendant. Like one dude was bitching today at the fucking Russian chicks, and I heard her. Security to gate 52. Security to gate 52. She's like, you're going to have to calm down, sir. Yeah, Kid the Groove's right about that. Russell Wilson's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. I think you got Brady, you got Aaron Rodgers. People would put Drew Brees in that category. But me personally, I think Russell Wilson is I would say Russell Wilson's the 3rd best quarterback in the NFL. It's debatable, right? It's an open-ended. It's open-ended. I mean, look, Russell Wilson's got a Super Bowl. Drew Brees has a Super Bowl. Drew Brees has done it for longer, but Russell Wilson's a better athlete all around. You know what I mean? Like if Drew Brees was on the Seattle Seahawks, he'd get killed. Like Russell Wilson saves these guys. Like Russell Wilson is a one-man like freak show. He runs around and shit. Like their line's terrible. He's got no wide receivers. He's got Doug Baldwin. Fuck. He's got no running backs. He's got nothing. Like really, like he really has nothing, and he just works miracles. This guy, like he runs around, fucking throws bullets, fucking. The guy's amazing. I'm a big Russell Wilson fan. Exactly. You put Russell Wilson on the fucking New Orleans Saints and give him fucking that offense and that offensive line and Sean Payton. And you know what I mean? You give him fucking Michael Thomas to work with, or fucking over the years, or Brandon Cooks. He's got, he's had fucking Doug Baldwin. I like Doug Baldwin. Doug Baldwin's a professional wide receiver, but Doug Baldwin's a number 2 on a really good team. You know what I'm saying? Oh, his defense was good. Listen, Drew Brees is awesome as well. I mean, Drew Brees is awesome. I'm just saying, for my money, I like Russell Wilson. I'm a big Russell Wilson fan. I do think he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. And the only reason his teammates don't like him is because he doesn't get fucked up and shit. You know what I mean? It's like there's peer pressure. Like NFL, like pro sports rooms. They're adults, but they're really not, right? They're just big kids. And it's sort of like, it's like high school or whatever. He's like the straight edge guy. You know what I mean? Like they think he's kind of weird and shit. They like that he's good, and they love that you know what I mean? They like how good he is. But like I said, like Russell Wilson's not going to the fucking, the chicken wing place with the offensive lineman and drinking pictures of beer with them and shit. Like, sounds corny and shit, but they like that stuff. Like Brady does that shit. Brady won't drink, but like Brady takes his whole line to like steakhouses and shit. You know what I mean? Not every week, but every couple of weeks. Or, Brady will also, he buys them Rolexes and shit. Like Brady, with New Year, like Brady will show up for gifts, like for the starting offensive line this year. You know what I mean? Hey guys, I got y'all Rolexes, So they're like, man, Tom's a good guy. Fuck, you know what I'm saying? Tom's a good guy. Russell Wilson's fucking talking about, hey guys, fucking buy my vitamin water that cures concussions, and I don't have sex unless I'm married, and fucking, he doesn't relate to them. I think that's why I think actually, thank you very much, Lucas. That's why I think Brady won a drinking contest. Man, you see Brady on the Colbert Show? This is like a couple of months ago. And he drank a beer, on the air. Colbert asked him, like, do you drink much? Like, like you're Tom Brady and whatever. Like, what's your diet? What do you do? And shit. Then Brady was like, no, I don't really drink much, no. And he goes, I'm not like, he goes, I never not. He goes, it's not like I'm anti, but he goes, not much, not really. And they're like, well, what do you do? And he goes, well, I like to have a pizza like once a year or something. And he was being Tom Brady's pussy whipped, right? So he's basically talking about Giselle, like, controls what he eats. So he's like, well, Giselle doesn't really like junk food around us, right? So he's like, my biggest thing I do is like ice cream. He goes, I do like ice cream. So it's like, wow, Tom Brady. Like, that's the thing. You want to be Tom Brady. You got the supermodel, but you're sitting there eating bean sprouts and shit and tofu with the chick. Fucking. So Colbert said, what about beer? And he goes, do you drink beer? And it must have been set up because he must have told Brady before, listen, I'm going to bust a beer out for some reason. But Brady said, he goes, no, I don't really drink much at all. And he goes, if we win the Super Bowl or something like that, he goes, I'll have a few after. He's basically saying, no, not much. And he was like, maybe a glass of wine, with dinner or whatever once in a while. But he's like, no, not really. But then he said, it was funny. He's like, fucking, but he goes, I'll tell you, when I was in college, he goes, I could pound him back. Like, it was cool to see Brady, like, loosen up with Colbert. He's like, yeah, in college. He goes, I was pretty good, man. Fucking. So Colbert's like, oh, really? Yeah, all right. And he busts out the beer. Brady slammed it, like he chugged it. Yeah, exactly. You're right. Like, Tom Brady's not eating like the Dairy Queen ice cream cake. You know what I mean? With like the icing and you know what I mean? Yeah, I'll take that chocolate Dairy Queen ice cream cake, the coconut with the coconut on top. Yeah, he's not going to Baskin Robbins. You're right, He's eating you're right. He's probably eating organic fucking. It's not even good ice cream. It's probably like gelato, organic fucking. Giselle's like, no. Like, you're not eating that. Bruce, Dairy Queen ice cream cake. That is good shit, man. Yeah, Giselle probably bitched at him after. What are you doing drinking on TV? He's like, honey, I didn't have a choice. I was on the Colbert Show. You got to do what the host. Got to go along with the host. He chugged it though. That's the thing. It was like, it wouldn't even take him long. It was like, whoa. It's like that's a guy that can drink. You know what I mean? Like, Brady, like, crushed that beer, man. Like, it was a fucking, like, a mini can of Sprite. Fucking toof. It was gone, And then he got buzzed too. You could tell he was like, and that's when he goes, man, at Michigan, I was like the beer pong champion. Shit, he was talking about. He was like, man, I was the best beer drinker on my team, the chugger on the team. So I only thought of that story when old man said that he actually outdrank everyone on the fucking Patriots one night. Yeah, man. Brady's a weird dude. Let's just be real. All right, so I was very happy to. We're going to bring Babano's going to join us in a minute here. I was very happy to to be able to get this jersey. I wanted to get it, and I picked it up today. Big fan of the MLS patch. It's cool. It's almost like a baseball jersey, too. It's kind of a combo. I'm down with it. You know, the Yankees, I guess. I don't know if they're the ones who are like, yeah, put a little thing on the bottom. Like, you don't usually see this on soccer. Like this, you know what I mean? It's more of a baseball thing to see, eh? Like the little coloring on the sleeve. You know what I mean? It's more of a baseball, like, exactly, Drew. The real New York team, not the Red Bulls. I'm an NYFC guy in the rivalry there. Yeah, thanks, Baz. Yeah, pretty. You know what? I really like I said, I really like the MLS patch. Fuck, it's fucking badass. I like the color too. I like these soccer jerseys are comfortable too. I like them. Look, Urbano's a psycho. Fuck. He wants to do NFC East and Big 12 previews. What's up, Kelly? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, well, tomorrow we'll get to some EPL picks with the weekend. There's a game tomorrow, actually, right? Too on Friday, but Big Man will be with us tomorrow night. Yeah, don't worry about the Giants too much because of what happened tonight. It was a kind of a good spot for Cleveland tonight. All right, 7-6 for the Seahawks right now. Yeah, like Haynes. Yeah, what up, Haynes? Yeah, the line's so fucking high in this fucking game, man. And I don't know, man. Man, you didn't look good at all. I know that. I know they'll have their full side now, but you know what? It's down to 188. It wouldn't shock me if it was a draw, to be honest. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I'm better at World Cup and international. Like, I've always been a very good international sports bettor. Yeah, anyone, you guys that have watched me a long time know. You know what I mean? Like the Olympics, I always do really well in the hockey. And, you know, the women's and men's ice hockey. Euro Cups I've always done really well in. World Cups we did great in, except for Germany. Yeah, I've done well, but I don't profess to be an EPL expert, guys. Like, I follow MLS closer than EPL, but the EPL just starts tomorrow, so we have an opportunity to jump in from the beginning, and we will. We'll be tracking it this year. Well, we always bet it, but, you know, I'm more of a casual EPL bettor. Like, you know, those Sundays before NFL games and shit, I'll fucking, you know, try to boost the parlay. Oh, Chelsea are playing at 10 in the morning before the NFL game starts here. All right, let me put Chelsea and the Rams here. Like, you know? Like, I've been following MLS very closely. But yeah, EPL starting tomorrow. So listen, we gave a bunch. I don't even know what happened. I don't know how to stress out. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. But I gave you guys quite a few NFL games today. I bet on a lot of NFL preseason. I thought it was going better than it was, to be honest. I didn't realize the Patriots like fucking stormed back 26-17 there. We're on the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's a winner, 31-14. We had the Steelers plus the points. Boom. All right, we had the Saints plus the points. That's a winner. We had the under in the Panthers Bills. That's a loser. All right, so what am I here? So 0-1, 1-1, 2-1. 2-2. It's fucking lame. Fucking lame, man. So I'm 2-2. I'm 2-2 with the Dallas Cowboys, Seattle Seahawks pending. So we could go 4-2. We could go 2-4. We could go 3-3. I do have the Dallas Cowboys plus 3.5. Pokes are up. Cowboys are up 7-0 right now. And the Seahawks on the money line, that's what we have. They're up 7-6. Let's check in on the CFL game. Some exciting CFL action. Or maybe exciting. So speaking of exciting, a great show last night. I know it was it went by quick and shit. We were kind of screwed. So we had this VIP room. They really hooked us up there last night. Great times. Hoops Cabaret in Manhattan. Hoops. It's funny too because Carton says he goes, listen, fuck. I know this guy. He goes, this guy really, this guy is the guy to know. All right. He wants to introduce me. He goes, I know the type of guy you are. And he goes, this is the type of guy that you're going to need to know. So he goes, he's over at this place called Hoops right now. So I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, what's Hoops? Sounds like a sports bar. And Carton's like, I don't know. He goes, I've never been there. So we get there. It's a fucking strip club. Except it's like a basketball themed strip club. Like the carpet's all like basketball, and there's basketball pictures everywhere and shit. And so his buddy's real cool and shit. Some high roller dude played for Hofstra and the Milwaukee Bucks. Ooh, fake. Edmonton faked it, and it worked. So, they were making it rain and all that shit, but I had to do the show at 10 o'clock. So I was very concerned. I'm pretty militant about this stuff. So I told them, I was like, I want to leave, but I was like, listen, guys, I don't have a choice. I said, it's too loud fucking here. And then Buddy's like, no, we got a VIP room upstairs. You go up there. So we go upstairs, but the Wi-Fi wasn't good. But then Carton's fucking phone, he let me use his phone for the hotspot. But basically, he wanted to split after a while, and his phone was like about to burn up and shit. He was freaking out. He's like, holy fuck, man. Fucking so. Yeah, so it's good times last night. And then after, there was a big debate and argument. It always happened. Like, it was basically like a showdown fight. It was like Carton was ready to go all night. I fucking knew. I was like, yeah, I better go soon, like type shit. And Parson was like, fucking, Corey's the man. Corey's telling me, he's like, come on, man. He goes, come to Harlem, man. We'll have a couple of drinks up there in Harlem, fuck. Thinking, I don't know, man. Fucking, it's already midnight right now. We're on the air at 9 a.m. Fuck, I've never been to Harlem before. Like, I really don't know if like this is the best time for my first trip up to Harlem, Corey. And he's telling me, he goes, the good thing about Harlem is, he goes, you'll be the one to get stopped by the police up there. He goes, you're going to look suspicious. People are like, well, what's he doing? Yeah. No, exactly, Drew. Like, at some point, like, Corey's been on me about this already, about going to his place and watching a game with his boys and shit. So, like, yeah, at some point, I'll go hang with Corey in Harlem. It's going to be gold. We'll fucking film some of this shit. I got to do a Periscope walking down the street with Harlem with Corey. Oh man, then we ended up in like the meatpacking district and shit. I saw it all last night. Canal Street and meatpacking district. And I got a little tour, fuck. All right, let's bring in Bobano, who would have been with us last night, but you know, we would have had him. We wouldn't want to run him 13-3 in his football game. So BC's got to get something going, but there's points up on the board here. We would have Bobano, but obviously we couldn't hear well last night in the club, but we can hear Bobano now. What's up, Bobano?
Yeah, it's good to be back with you, Gabe, on a rare Thursday night visit with you on the show. But that was good stuff last night. You getting the show up and running. Shorter show, 1 hour, but it was good seeing you down there in New York. You look like after some early struggles, Gabe, with adjusting to New York life, you were enjoying yourself very much by the time the evening came around.
Yeah, how can we not when we're rocking with Michelle Serpico and her friend, too?
Well, that's the problem, Gabe. I mean, you had a great show, a lively place. TVs were there, music going. You got two lovely women there, Michelle Serpico and her friend. The wood shop opened for business last night, clearly. And now you're back here tonight with me, looking at my ugly mug. So, hey, it's a little bit of a letdown, but we move on.
Last night I was fucking kicking it and fucking, I don't even know where I was last night. It's one of these things like, I'm actually thinking, I was like, yeah. And after I didn't finish that last story because I can't really remember where we went. I was like, man, what happened after that? I remember us arguing on the fucking street. Like it started, and I don't know if Cardano might be tuning in to Bones' credit. Bones is a professional producer because he's like, guys, like, you know, you did a great show today, but, you know, he goes, let's just get through this one tomorrow and get Gabe out of here. Before he looks over at me and I'm rolling a spliff and he goes, holy fuck. He goes, I heard about you, but he goes, you really can't walk 2 blocks without lighting a joint out thing. It was fucking gold. And fucking Carton's like, let's go here, let's go there. Let's go to this fucking poker fucking game. And fucking Corey's like, let's go to Harlem. And I was like, fucking, let's just fucking go to this bar right here, like right here. And of course, Carton's like, no. And some fucking driver he had fucking starts driving us around. He's, oh yeah, that's the place. We went to some fucking rich ass fucking place, man. I'll get the name of the place. Me and Corey and Carl, we stuck out, man. Like, I don't even know why they let us in. I went in there. I'm sweating like a motherfucker. I got a Michigan jersey on. Like, this was up fucking scale as fuck, man. They served us. I don't know why they served us. Fucking, we had a shot at the bar, a couple of drinks, and it was like, we got to get the fuck out of here, man. Like, this is not fucking cool. Fucking. Yeah, he's good, man. I like Chris Bones. Very professional.
That's awesome.
Carton connected. Like.
How about the difference a year and a half makes? Because what's going on? You're firmly entrenched in Toronto doing Fantasy Sports Network, doing the late night show, just starting with SBR at that time. Craig Carton's in New York, still on WFAN with Boomer Esiason, Boomer and Carton. Flash forward to a year and a half later, and now look, Carton and Morency going to be doing many shows together.
Less than a year.
Less than a year, yeah.
Think about it,
I might be sure. I might be adding too much time. It might have been just a year ago. He was
SBR. My first show on SBR was September the 2nd last year. Yeah, less than the last year. Yeah, I started on SBR and now starting in New York. Got to stay active.
Exactly. No, and it's a new adventure and it's a new opportunity, Gabe. And I never criticize someone for going after something different, something new, something fresh. Hey, take a chance. You got to be a risk taker. This is a risk going into New York, trying to conquer New York sports talk. And I think you're the guy to do it, to be honest with you. You're going to shake it up.
But yeah, I don't look at it like a risk, to be honest. I mean, yeah, whatever. It's the same. I don't look at it like that.
How about surviving New York City? Is that a risk?
No.
Not any more than Toronto, I guess, right?
No. Like that's well, from what sense? You mean from like a danger standpoint? You mean?
Not necessarily danger, but you know, the stresses, traffic, you know, people around you having to deal with them. It's really everything.
Honest, like I said, there's not really. Well, look, I lived in LA, right? So. Yeah, I've lived in LA, and I'll tell you, Toronto is like nothing can prepare you for like New York, like Toronto, really. It's the same thing. It's just there's just more people, right? It's it's like New York's just sort of like 3 or 4 Torontos. There's like 3 or 4 like skylines, but it's very I don't know. I don't get freaked out by it, to be honest. Like to me, it's normal. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I like it. Like, I like the fast pace and shit. I like people to walk fast. I don't like slow and stupid people. That's the one thing about New York. They don't like stupid people. It's fast. Everything's fast. Fuck it.
Walk fast, think fast, act fast,
Get
move
the fuck
fast.
out of there. Come on, buddy. Right? Everything's like move. Like everyone. Like fucking. So I fit right in on that, and
That's great. So it's a much bigger, much more populated New York to Toronto, and it moves a lot faster, hopefully.
Yeah, to be honest, too, like I said, I'm not driving, but it's not that bad, the traffic. You know what I mean? It's not like it's not really worse than Toronto. You know what I'm saying? Like,
See, I got to ask these questions because I've never, ever been to New York, and that's something I hope to rectify someday.
Yeah, you've never been there.
Nope.
It's great. Like, I don't know. There's something about it. It's hard to describe New York. There's like there really is just sort of an electricity in the air, man, that you can't describe unless you're there.
You feel like, wow, you look around, you just get a sense of the area and the city, and you're like,
the
this is
light
big
is
time.
brighter, it's bigger. It's sort of overwhelming at first. Like Feinberg said, like he even admitted last week, he goes, man, I'm kind of overwhelmed and intimidated every time I'm there. Like, and people sort of go and they're like, they tippy-toe around. It's just so big. But, to be honest though, like I remember being in New York and like fucking in like, the early 2000s and stuff, and like the 90s, late 90s, and it was kind of sketchy and shit. Like I was like, man, I wouldn't be walking around out there at 2 a.m. You know what I mean? But it's very, very, New York really is a hell of a lot safer. There's more crime in Toronto than New York is now. Like, that's the one thing. I don't know. Maybe, I guess it's in boroughs, right, Drew? Like, I guess it's dangerous as fuck in the Bronx and shit. But Manhattan, there's a cop on every corner, Babano. Like, you know what I mean? Nothing can happen to you. There's fucking cops everywhere. Like, it's a very safe city, to be honest.
Yeah, and if there's
I don't feel threatened ever,
And they got I don't know what it was like pre-2001, pre-9/11, but I'm sure that was the kick in the ass to try to beef up security at downtown,
Yeah, but you know what it was? It was Giuliani, with mayor in the 90s. New York City, like Times Square and shit, used to sort of be like fucking bums and fucking robberies on the street and tourists getting robbed and peep shows and strip clubs everywhere. And, they passed a bunch of bylaws, basically. You can't have a strip club next to a strip club. And Giuliani really cleaned up the area. And you give him credit for it because it was a cesspool before. Fuck. Like, I don't know. Like I said, the Bronx, the Bronx, you can get fucking murdered easily. I mean, I'm not saying I would walk around everywhere in New York. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm in the pussy part of New York. Like, I'm in, like, our studio, Babana, would be the equivalent of having the studio at the Eaton Center. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like we're on fucking 35th. I'm right across the street from Madison Square Garden.
Wow. Good location. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So right
in the heart of the city.
Everywhere. It's just tourists everywhere. It's not. So like I said, I'm man enough to admit, I wouldn't want to be on the fucking subway at fucking 1:30 in the morning in the middle of fucking, the Bronx or something like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be either. That's why, that's why with the traffic and shit, I really avoid it. I'm not, I took the New Jersey transit today. It's pretty good, actually, from Penn Station. But I like the water, Babano, the ferry. It's fucking awesome, bro. You take the fight. I tweeted out a picture of the view of the city. You get the beautiful view.
I saw that picture. It looks phenomenal.
Yeah, boom, touchdown lines. So you take this thing. You know how long it takes? About 4 minutes, man. 4 minutes.
That's a quick ferry trip.
I'm on fucking the Jersey side. You take it. You get on at 7:21. You're on the other side at 7:25. There's a free fucking bus waiting for you. Nice and air conditioned. It's not a city bus with like scumbags on it. It's all people, and the ferry's expensive, so it keeps the riffraff off. So then you got this nice bus, air conditioned, and it takes me right up 34th Street, Drew. And there's never traffic. I don't know, you got the bus lane and shit. So it just goes right up. I get off on 8th Street, I smoke a spliff, and then boom, I get to fucking 5th Street, I'm good to go.
Sounds like the New York ferry operation would give the BC one a run for its money.
Yeah, the ferry shuttle's great. it's a little expensive. You know how much the pass is for the month I'm gonna have to show up at Bano so you get the ferry and a free bus with it. So you get the bus like to the port and then to the other side to Jersey.
I'm sure you got to pay a nice little chunk of coin to get that.
Yeah, it's like $270 a month.
Yeah. It's a very nice. It's very convenient. The service is great. It's a convenience factor, so they're not going to pay charge you cheap for it.
Yeah, but like you said, exactly. You skip traffic, but
yes, it's so convenient.
Awesome,
for the convenience factor, the less headache, less people pissing you off on a daily basis trying to get around. Yeah.
And if there was some reason like, the shuttle didn't show up or something, it's walking distance if I really had to. You know what I mean? I could be like, oh, fuck, I'll walk up the hill. Fuck. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I walked it the other day. I don't like it, though. It's a little far. But it's just you get all sweaty and shit. It's fucking humid there.
Touchdown Green Bay just now. Yes, big time. I think that might cinch that one up.
Maybe on the Packers.
Packers, yep.
Good.
You know why I was on the Packers, Gabe, and this is preseason strategy, one of many. Backup quarterback battles. Those are so important, and those are good bet-on situations.
What do you got there with the quarterback? Deshaun Kaiser.
Deshaun Kaiser and Brett Hundley battling it out behind Aaron Rodgers.
You're right. It's a good call with Hundley. That flew. I was traveling today. It's tough for me, but flew to the right. Good call with that. Hundley's a perfect guy to have in a preseason play too.
Yeah, no, it is, and Hundley's been a preseason warrior. Yeah. He's put up very good numbers in the preseason. It was spotty when he took over for Rodgers in the regular season last year, but preseason quarterback, he's been fine. Kaiser's played all right here in the second half. Even this Tim Boyle, who's in now, just got a nice drive for Green Bay. So they're doing something with their quarterbacks right now. Good night for them.
Still 7-0 right now for the Cowboys over the 49ers. I'm on the Cowboys plus the 3.5 there. And I got the Seahawks on the money line. They're up 7-6 still right now. Those are the only other two. And the Packers-Titans 24-10 with 3.5 minutes remaining in that football game. All right, Bano. So, actually, you know what? As long as we're on preseason, let's just see what else we got coming up. So what do we got tomorrow?
I don't understand what the NFL is doing. Why you got 10 games tonight, you only have 2 tomorrow, and you only have 2 on Saturday, but whatever.
They got to spread it out for the NFL Network.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's program.
Yeah. Program.
What's wrong with it? They want football over the weekend. Normally, they usually have like 1 on Sunday night, too. They don't this time for some reason.
I just wish they'd do like 4 tonight, 4 on Friday, 4 on Saturday, 1 on Sunday. A little more spread out than this.
Yeah, but, they have to keep everyone on the same schedule, though.
Week by week, yeah. So there's not short weeks.
You can't have one fucking NFL team. Like, it's routine. They can't have one team playing and then another. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They keep it within a 3-day span. So, yeah, you got Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's games are tricky because
the Falcons at the Jets. So the Jets are laying 3.5, which seems like a lot, but you talk about a healthy preseason quarterback situation. The New York Jets have it with McCown, Bridgewater, and Darnold.
And it's a battle. I mean, it's another quarterback battle. Those are bet-on situations, and Atlanta has not been a good preseason team in years past, and that's why the Jets have taken all this money. What did they open? As low as -1, you can get 3.5, 4 now. It's a 3-point move, and that's the issue. A lot of the value with the Jets is gone. That's the side I was looking at, but it's tough, Gabe, to go over a field goal when there's this much of a line move. To give credit to the early money, the sharp money that took the Jets out early at -1.
Backup quarterback in Atlanta. Fuck, he never plays, so I don't know. Who is it?
Let me bring that up. We've got the list of quarterbacks here.
Guys, you got to whatever tonight.
You got to have your depth charts ready. I've got mine in here.
Everyone got to give me a free pass, guys. All right. Yep. I haven't slept in 3 days. A lot of people wouldn't be doing shows. All right. I was on the air at 9 o'clock this morning. Fuck, after fucking sleeping 2 hours and being out in the fucking meatpacking district last night. Fuck.
All right, you got Matt. It's not bad for Atlanta. Matt Schaub, Garrett Grayson, and Kurt Benkert are your quarterbacks.
That Benkert kid's good out of Virginia. I like him.
It's not bad. The problem is you got to read the
quote. In the fucking league. This guy's going to be here forever.
He is. He's not going anywhere. He's right behind Matt Ryan and Garrett Grayson, who was at Colorado State in college, and Benkert, who played at Virginia, East Carolina. Then he transferred to Virginia after that. But the question is for Atlanta is, do they care? I mean, LA Rams, look at the LA Rams tonight. They didn't dress anybody from a starting standpoint. The flying out to Baltimore. Nobody played. They didn't give one hoot about that football game tonight. And Atlanta's had this kind of issue in the past. So unless I see something from Atlanta and from the coaching staff there to say, hey, we care about this game, for me, it's Jets or pass.
Cody says the Jets are going to be one of the worst teams in the league. I don't know, Cody. I think the Jets are going in the right looks like going in the right direction. Yeah, you guys will like this, actually. Michelle's very, very nice. Nice girl. Fucking hot. Her rack is distracting, but I'm pretty good at not looking.
Yeah, that's true. You got to keep focused, so you just got to look away to maintain focus.
Like on the air, it's not a problem, but it was like last night when we were out. It was when you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She saw. I think she caught me a few times. Like, dude, I'm sitting in this fucking bar with her. She's like right next to me, and I just sort of look over. It's like, holy fuck. Fuck, he's fucking pretty big.
Pretty big, but the view's nice, though.
Yeah. I'm like, fuck yeah. So, what are you going to do, right?
Yeah, it happens. Yeah, I've been caught
I like
doing that before.
She embraces her role. Like, can you imagine if we told Sarah, me, and all right, Sarah, at the end of the show, Gabe's going to fucking spray whipped cream on you.
Yeah.
She'd fucking like sue, fuck.
Oh, yeah, she'd be out of there in a split.
Do the fucking network. She'd fucking like HR. Listen, I was on the air today, and Morency and fucking Carton want to spray me with whipped cream, and that's unacceptable.
But
like,
she'd be one of those.
Fucking put the whipped cream in her mouth. She's like fucking. She's like, she'll go, man. Like, she's hardcore. Fuck.
Now, Sarah did a great job on the air, but are you saying if you did that to her, she'd be one of those people that runs out of the room and yelling, abuse, abuse, abuse?
It'd be
It'd be a little bit of hell, I'm sure, raised at that time. Yeah.
Yeah. It was good. It was a good time. You guys will like this too. She's really convincing me to move into her condo. But it's not like, for those purposes. Like, she talks about it. She's doing like, she goes out with athletes and shit. So anyways, but anyways, you never screw around with your coworkers. But she lives in Jersey City, and she basically told me point blank. She goes, "Oh yeah, I'm good friends with the owner of the condos there," and she goes, "Just come with me, and boom, we'll get you a place." So. And she seems pretty stoked. She goes, "Oh, it'll be so cool. We can come in together. We're living, you know what I mean?" So I was like, "Hey, And it's funny because she works in Hoboken too, and she lives in Jersey City. And she was telling me that I'm not going to like Hoboken probably too much. So they took me to Hoboken last night too. That was another place we went. And yeah, I didn't realize Hoboken was so hipsterish. It's like Liberty Village. It really is. Like, it's a little too much for me, fuck. So, I'm not too pricey, but I mean, it's just a little too. I don't really want to live with those type of people. Like, I'd rather
a little bit of Yuppieville type thing, huh?
Yeah, it's a little too yuppie-ish for me. You know what I mean? Like, then no one's gonna. It'll be the same thing. Like, I won't get along with my neighbors and shit. You know what I mean?
Yep.
If I'm gonna live there, I at least want to live in a neighborhood that I get along with the people in. Like,
You need chill, laid back, nice, relaxed people. That you don't sometimes get that in your Liberty Village.
Everybody's telling me everything, guys. I got like 10 DMs from different New Yorkers and listeners and viewers. You got to move here. Guy tell me today I got to move to Yonkers. Fuck, I'm not moving to Yonkers. I've got a lot of Queens people today. The Cha-Cha, you got to move to Queens. Fucking Carton's telling me to move to Westchester. Fuck, everyone's someone different. Fucking Nando is fucking Hoboken.
It's like 8 different people.
It's like Jersey City. Like last night, they were all like pulling me everywhere.
Exactly. It's like 8 different people pulling your arms and legs in different directions, saying, "Come with me. You're coming with me." No.
I don't know. What do you think of Jersey City, Drew?
That's not going to lead to a stress-free decision for you, having all these people in your area.
What do you think of Jersey City? It seems to me like Jersey City's pretty cool.
That's what I heard, too. I heard Jersey City is a very popular place, a recommendation for people just moving in. Speaking of popular, I have to pour my beer. It's a Trailer Park Boys beer, Freedom 35. Okay. It's tried it for the first time this week. It's really good. Yeah. The thing is,
The thing with Jersey City is I've been there, and I was impressed actually when I saw it around that Journal Square area. And that's where it's the same area where, it's basically she was telling me, yeah, you'll be right beside that place. Yeah, there's a path there. Like I said, she's telling me that there's a path that's real good. You get there fast. So
I think you're humming around the right place. New Jersey, not Hoboken, but New Jersey in that area, close by the ferry, as you said. Make a nice, easy transport to New York. I think you're thinking in the right spot there. If I were me, if I were in your shoes, trying to move in there and thinking where should I move, where should I purchase a condo or wherever, that's a good spot, I think.
Problem is, it's so big, Babano, right?
Yeah.
I basically know wherever I pick, I'm gonna fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Wherever I pick, I'm gonna be like, fuck, I fucking picked the wrong neighborhood. We fucking stuck here for the next year. But I'm just gonna deal with it. But Weehawken's just too boring. Like I was thinking, like Nando can even get me in. Nando texted me today and said, I can get you in this place actually. Next, when you come back, we'll go. And it's right on the water. It's fucking wicked view, Babano. Like it's the picturesque New York view. Like I'd literally, my balcony would be on the Hudson and shit.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing there though, bro. Like there's nothing there. Like
Wow.
it looks cool, like the condo there and shit, but there's nothing there, man. Like there's a Ruth fucking steakhouse. There's like a bagel shop and a fucking new Hula Hands pub that just opened. Like it's not a developed neighborhood. There's nothing there. So it's kind of, I could just live there, but I kind of want a neighborhood that I can walk around, get some pizza, go to a store, go to a corner bar. You know what I mean?
That's true. You want amenities around you for sure.
Yeah, I want like sort of a borough feel at least.
Yeah.
Right? Like, man, I wish I guys had the money. I just fucking moved to Greenwich Village, man. I'm thinking about it, but I just don't want to pay $3,500 a month. Fuck. It's too much. I don't make that much money. I can't pay fucking $3,500 a month rent. No.
That's the thing. You got to fit the budget. Yeah, exactly. It's got to be transportation's got to fit for you. It has to fit your budget. It's got to be in a place that you think, I'm going to get along with people around. It's going to be good. It's maybe a little bit safer. Who knows? You got all of these considerations that flood through your mind when you're trying to find a spot, and you just got to find a perfect blend and combination of all of the factors. It's not easy, especially when you don't know the place.
I know, man. There was a few places I saw the other day, like in Manhattan, that were, I think I could sort of afford, and then I'm thinking, do I really want to live? I don't really want to live like on fucking, like there's places on 27th Street and shit like that, like condos. Then I realized, I'm like, man, then you're just stuck. Like there's no grocery store. You know what I mean, Babano? It's like living, it's cool to be outside MSG, but you really want to live on that corner? You know what I'm saying?
Not that close.
Like, yeah, you wake up in the morning, you got tourists running you over and shit. It's like, that's why the Jersey shit, just for whatever. I'm going to get my feet wet with Jersey. The path, the ferries. It's nice and simple for me, and I'll take it from there.
It's kind of like the dilemma someone would have, too, if they're moving to Las Vegas. They want to live in the Summerlin area. Nice places. You get away from everything, but, does it fit your budget?
Babano, fucking Summerlin and the Strip, is 8-minute drive. It's different.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a big decision. You know what I mean? Like, wow, do I want to live up the hill or down the hill? Like there. Like Vegas is not big. Yeah. Summerlin is nice though.
Yeah. It's all about the budget if you're going to go there and try to move in there though.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm leaning with I'm leaning, why not? Fuck. Good thing is too, and everyone tells me, they're like, dude, man, Michelle has like 15 friends, bro. And I guess Michelle has parties and shit. Like, so I'd almost be crazy not to fucking, because it gives me an in at least, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to be hanging around with Michelle. We're not the same type of people. You know what I'm saying? Like we get along. We're not like best friends now or something. But they said she's nice. Like she said, oh, I'll get you in the condo, no problem. And there's open spots and boom. And like, I'll show you around the neighborhood and shit. So I might as well just take that up on the offer, right? And like I said, she seems to have a lot of cool friends. Like her friend last night was cool.
No, they do. There's, she seemed pretty cool too. She was laid back. She didn't, she just wanted to enjoy the night. She didn't, take over the discussion or that. She seemed a little shy, but she seemed nice. Her friend there, Christina, is that her name?
Justina.
Justina. Okay.
Yeah, but you see, like I was getting nicer. I was like, man, I'm starting to like this chick.
Yeah.
Then she gave me the old my boyfriend, but she didn't drop it for like fucking an hour. You know what I mean? I hate that.
Yeah.
I guess she realized, she probably thought, I think this guy is starting to like me or something. Of course, she tells me her boyfriend's a Bills fan. I'm like, I'm a Bills fan. Fuck.
That's the drop the hammer moment. BF, my BF, the old BF. Yeah, drop that old BF blast on your ass.
I could be the Bills friend boyfriend. Fuck.
Yeah. You want to know what a roller coaster ride is for a Bills fan? Hook up with this guy. Yeah.
Does Michelle know sports? No, not so much. She knows pop culture about sports. Marina knows sports, like a lot. Exactly, Brooks, right? Exactly, Brooks. Like, it gives me a foundation. You know what I mean? It gives me a foundation and shit. All right, 14-10. Who you on in this CFL game, Babano?
I think I'm on the same as you, BC and over.
Oh, you are? Right. Good. I didn't see the pit. Oh, there's a touchdown.
Yeah.
The over's looking good. I don't want to jinx it, but.
The over is looking good, but BC can't stop Edmonton so far. But I knew that coming in. They had BC's defense is a work in progress, has been all year.
Okay, so quickly on the Lions and the Raiders. What do you expect? Hard to lay 3 points with the Raiders here. And Matt Patricia guy kind of strikes me as the type of guy that would want to win his first game. Normally, these coaches like to win their first home game, even if it's a preseason. Like if you're a rookie coach, you know what I mean? You know, you lose the first game on the road. You sort of want to win that first game in front of your home fans type thing in the stadium. Even though it's preseason, guys. I'm not saying it's the be-all, end-all for these coaches, but they're humans. They're competitive, right? So, and then you got Gruden coming back tomorrow, but the Raiders are kind of overhyped here. Edmonton misses the fucking extra point. They're a little overhyped here. What do you make? Any opinion on that one?
It's tricky because you got, of course, new coaches in both spots. You got John Gruden and Chucky back there in his 1980s lingo and saying, we're not trying to run a 1980s operation here.
He says 1980s haircut.
Yeah, exactly. That too, exactly. He's bringing that in. Matt Patricia. You talk about two teams that I'm pessimistic about in terms of the regular season. These are two, the Lions and the Raiders. I'm not exactly high on either one or either one of these coaching hires that they made going in. But, tricky game. If it's a flip a coin game, and I think this is, Gabe, I just say take the points. You take +3 with whoever the underdog is. With Detroit, you've got, Castle and Rudock behind Stafford. And Rudock in particular played okay for the Lions in preseason last year. The kid out of Iowa, of course, is where he played. So that's a decent quarterback rotation. Oakland's got Connor Cook and E.J. Manuel. I mean, you have experience, lots of starting experience with E.J. Manuel for Oakland. He's going to play, apparently, from what I've read, most of the second half for the Raiders.
That's the type of guy as well. E.J. Manuel sucks. I'm sure people in the chat, but
he's a good August quarterback, though.
Exactly, Mr. August. Exactly the type of guy you want in the preseason. Guys played regular season games before.
From what I've read too, Oakland is going to try to do some big plays in this game. They said they want to at least experiment with some trick plays, some gadget plays.
Too. We were talking about Patricia. Gruden's going to fucking air it out a bit. It's entertainment to Gruden, right?
Hence why if I'm looking at anything in this game, I'll go over the 36.5 here. I think that might be something worth looking at. The quarterback rotation's decent on both sides. That might be something to go with. Over 36.5, the current total.
Feinberg, our boy Jeff, brought up a good point. Now, we know no one loves the Chargers as much as he does. And he brought up a good point that the Chargers and the Cardinals are playing each other in the regular season. And whenever teams play each other in the preseason, and they play each other in the regular season as well, they usually go pretty vanilla in the preseason because they don't want to show anything, And like we hear this all the time with coaches saying, normally we're vanilla anyways in the preseason, but we're really, they don't want to show any of their plays to teams, essentially. So there's a lot of just sort of running up the middle. But you got a hell of a quarterback situation going on here with Arizona. Pretty good quarterback rotation. Hard not to like these guys here. And then you could argue, though, the same thing with the Chargers with Cardell Jones and Geno Smith. coming in, and they got a big quarterback competition going on with Kellen Cummins, right? Only 2 of those 3 guys can stay. So, and, we know Phillip Rivers ain't going to play in this fucking game, or maybe a series or whatever, etc. So those 3 guys are going to be playing, and then you got Rosen, who they're going to want to get a nice look at. So this is going to be a fun game to watch. The actual sort of, you look at it and you figure, wow, that whole, they're playing each other thing leads you to believe that, yeah, maybe it could go under the number. But we see Babano tonight. Most of these games are going over the number. There's a lot of points being scored. And there's some decent fucking quarterbacks on the field in this game between Bradford, Josh Rosen, Phillip Rivers, Cardell Jones, Geno Smith. For an August football game, that's a lot of good QBs on the field.
That's it. That's why I'm torn on this game from a totals perspective, because long term, and I remember learning this from our friend Teddy Covers long time ago, those preseason games where they face each other in the regular season, everybody wants to go vanilla. Both coaching staffs, you don't want to give anything away. You don't want to tip your hand if you're going to see that same team down the road in that meaningful regular season game. That has me looking under, but at the same point in time, the quarterback point is a valid one. And you've got quarterback competitions on both sides, Gabe, and quarterback competitions usually are good over bets in the preseason. So you've got conflicting arguments here. So it's tough for me with the Chargers in Arizona. I'm looking long and hard at the other game, though, on Sunday. That's probably something, I got to do some reading. You get more information by Saturday, I should say, for the Minnesota-Denver game. But you talk about Mike Zimmer's great regular season track record. He's got a pretty good preseason track record as well going into this preseason. You've got Trevor Siemian facing his former team here, the Denver Broncos. That's an interesting little caveat here. I know Case Keenum, you could say, he's facing his old team too, but you're not going to see much of Case. You're going to see a lot more.
They traded QBs here, spots, except one of them's not the starter anymore.
Yeah, exactly. So you're not going to see much of Keenum. I'm trying to make a case anyway for Minnesota there. I got to see more quotes and all that before the start of that game. But, Minnesota at a near pick might be something I look at there.
Interesting, too. You got to believe this game would probably be a low-scoring one, wouldn't it? Fuck, you just picture Denver and Minnesota. Doesn't this like 13-10 or something?
Now, one concern for Minnesota is you've got Peter Pujols and Kyle Slaughter as your late quarterbacks. Yeah, Peter, Pujals is his name. He's a Division II quarterback. He's got to be, because I'll be damned if I've ever heard of him. There was a guy like that tonight. Luis Perez was, I think, playing for the Rams, if I'm not mistaken. I hadn't heard of the guy.
Luis Perez, huh?
Yeah, and he was in that game, exactly. So
yeah, I've heard of Perez. Where did he play? He's from Texas, that guy Perez. Isn't he like one of the dudes he played like there's like a border town type thing.
Yeah, he's a Division II quarterback. Yeah.
Where did he play? I know. I know that guy. Fuck. What school did he play at?
I got to see here.
I'll look it up. Luis Perez sounds like a relief pitcher.
Yeah, Luis Perez. Let me see.
We stereotype, but when he showed up, they're like, "Hey, baseball tryouts are fucking next month, Luis." Like, what do you?
He is definitely a Division II. That much I know. He's a Division II quarterback. He's Division 1A, whatever they call it now. Yeah.
Come on, Babano. It took me 2 seconds. Texas A&M Commerce.
There you go. Texas A&M. Not even Corpus Christi or one of those. Texas A&M Commerce. It could even be Division III. Texas A&M Commerce, yeah, that's definitely going deep into the signing pool when you bring a Texas A&M Commerce quarterback onto your NFL roster.
He played junior football at Chula Vista, California. They're good, that junior college.
Yes, at that point is true.
He won the Harlan Hill Trophy in 2017 as the best football player in Division II, and he led the Lions to their second national championship, their first since 1972. Yeah, I saw this kid. I don't know if he played in one of the All-Star games or something, I guess.
Good credentials from that level of football, though, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I don't know. There's not too many Division II quarterbacks that have been successful in the NFL, but, national champion, Harlan Hill Trophy, Offensive Player of the Year, Associated Press First Team All-American. Voted best returning quarterback in Division II in 2016.
Not bad, actually. He's played pretty good there, it sounds like, yeah.
Well, it sounds like a type of guy to me, Babano, that I'd be giving a look in the CFL if I was a CFL team. Wouldn't you? He's 6'3", 225 pounds.
It sounds like he's got a skill set. His mobility obviously is a component in his game too, so not bad at all. Something sounds like he could fit the CFL. Although people thought Johnny Manziel can fit the CFL, we're going to have to wait on that at least for another week now, after what happened last week.
Clearly a good athlete, this Perez kid, though, right?
Yeah. And,
the NFL, man, they throw boats. The coaches will throw a boat, right? McVay's a quarterback guy. Probably sees and goes, man, this fucking kid's good. Fuck, he ain't ever going to play in the NFL good, but let's put him on the practice roster. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
They're like, let's get him in practice. He'll be good for, that's the thing, man. You need a guy like him running the fucking other team's scout offense and shit, right?
Yes.
Like, that's the thing backups do. Like, Jared Goff ain't going to do that. Like, starting quarterbacks don't do that, guys. Like, when an NFL team prepares for a team to play, the backup quarterback portrays the other team's quarterback. Like, they run the same plays in practice and shit, right? So they'll tell Perez, all right, listen, you're Aaron Rodgers, fuck. So we need you, to throw a bunch of, like, quick hits and outs. So they tell him what to throw and shit. So, if he's a good kid and, they can develop him a bit. Maybe he can end up being a third stringer type thing, or it opens up the door for a CFL job for him. But I don't know. I don't know who owns the CFL rights, but I guarantee you someone does. But man, there's no way the CFL would let a kid like this go unfucking touched.
Houston just got a 4th down stop, 4th and goal, Kansas City with 10 seconds left. Kansas City held out of the end zone, so Houston's going to win 17-10 over Kansas City. And Romeo Crennel, who's the DC at Houston, he reacted like they won a Super Bowl. He was going nuts with the celebration. Of course, he was at Kansas City, so I'm sure that felt good a little bit. Deep down inside, he's never going to say it, Romeo
Crennel is just so happy about it. He hasn't won a lot of games since he was with the Patriots. He'll take them. Regular season, preseason, he'll take them. Fuck.
Good win for Houston.
Everyone thinks, preseason, they don't care. Some guys do. Look, Crennel's got, like, multiple Super Bowl rings and shit. Like you say, he's all fired up. He's fucking winning a preseason game. They're competitors. That's why they're in the NFL.
No, that's true. And it's funny because I look at this game and I had the over in this game, and oddly enough, it's going to stay under. That's actually one of the few games that stayed under. Look at these rotations. Deshaun Watson, Brandon Weeden, Stephen Morris, and Joe Webb were the quarterbacks for Houston tonight. Kansas City, they had a good rotation.
I don't care if it's fucking regular season or preseason. Brandon Weeden sucks. Like, how is this guy in the fucking league still? Like, I'd rather have Luis Perez, fuck. Like, it's time for new blood. It's like, dude, you got to go, Weeden. Like, I don't know, like, honestly, like, let's re-sign Weeden again. Let's have him around. Why? Oh, he's got experience. In what? Sucking? Like, if you're what? You've seen him go in. The guy was with a good Dallas Cowboy team. He went 1-7, fucking, or 0-7. I don't think he won a game. Like, the guy's won like 3 games in his fucking life. Like, he's shit on bad teams. He's shit on good teams. He's just shit. He's shit. But sorry, continue.
No, he was decent tonight, but you're right. Overall, he's usually pretty bad. I'll tell you what was good about the Houston game, and not the Houston game. Bad quarterbacks. Brock Osweiler tonight for the Miami Dolphins. That's the reason I lost with Miami tonight against Tampa Bay. That guy against backups in the second half was terrible. Got stuffed from 4th and goal twice in the second half. Twice. They get one of those touchdowns.
Osweiler's just one of these guys.
Unbelievable.
That's fucking bad too, man. Like, he was good before. I don't understand. Like, I don't know what happened to this guy, man. It's weird. Like, the guy was good. Like, there was a lot of upside with him, Babano. Cool, calm demeanor. Didn't get fazed by the pressure. Like, big arm. You know what I mean? There was a lot to like about him. And he came in, and remember, I swear to God, I remember, I think that was the game Daniel Negreanu fucking laughed at me, on TV. I don't know if you remember that, but I was on fucking Off the Record, and Daniel Negreanu, the poker player, was on. And Landsberg fucking said to me, what's your best bet of the week this week in the NFL? It was like a Friday show. And, Landsberg used to ask me what my bets were, you know what I mean, once in a while during the NFL season. And so I said, I like this team. I like this team this week. And And I said, I'm telling you right now, Sunday Night Football, Brock Osweiler and the Denver Broncos are going to beat the New England Patriots. Take them on a money line. And the granny was like, I'll take that bet. I'll fade that all day.
Wow.
He said it kind of in a dickhead way. Like, he was like, right? And
lo and behold, that snow game, I remember it well. Yeah. Sunday night, I remember it. Yep.
And I remember people were like tweeting to Granu and shit. They're like, you're a fucking asshole, man, the way you spoke to Morency like that. Fucking. But what am I going to do? Listen, sometimes I'm a dick to people on the air, and I got to take it. Fuck. Like, Negreanu's bigger than I am, bro. Like, he's a better gambler than I. Like, what am I going to do? Well, fuck you, Negranu. Let's bet. Like, well, let's bet. Fuck. The guy's going to call my bluff and fucking say, all right, let's bet. Fuck him. You know?
Yeah, but you got him in the sports arena now, Gabe.
Poker players in the world.
I know, but it's not poker anymore. It's sports betting.
Well, that's the thing, right? So that's why I was like, you know, and I told him that after.
You're in my playground now.
Exactly. Because after the show, because I said on the air, I said, I'll bet you, man. I said, oh, yeah, we'll bet. Fuck. So after I said, so you want to lay? I said, I was joking with him. I said, listen, Daniel. I said, I can't lay like fucking 50,000 or 100,000 like something stupid like you guys bet all the time, right? And he goes, no. He goes, I don't really bet on football. And he goes, and that's what he goes. He goes, I was just busting your balls because I knew you could take it. He was kind of laughing and shit. And he was scared after. He goes, no, I don't bet on football. He goes, I bet a bit and I always lose. But so people were blowing him up on Twitter and shit. But so I was just so happy when the Patriots lost that Sunday night in overtime. Brock Osweiler came back and won. I fucking tweeted Negranu. How you like that, Negranu? Negranu. Like his Twitter blew up. All these people were like, "Hey, Negranu, fuck, still gonna fade Morency?"
Yeah.
People were really had my back
Stick
on
to
that.
poker.
Like I was telling people, guys, I'm not offended. It's TV. Like it's, you know what I mean? I bust balls. I'm gonna get my balls busted too sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, so. Like, I wasn't offended. Like, it was funny because Negranu, like, apologized. He was like, I didn't mean anything. I was like, no, bro. It's fuck. You know? Same like Hal Johnson, fuck.
Yeah. Body break.
Hal came at me hard once on the air, man. Like, fucking yelling at me and fucking. I got into a big fight with Hal Johnson on the air. I never thought I'd end up arguing with the participation guy on national television. Like, so there I am, no. Fucking, I was like, you know, Hal, whatever, Hal. Like, he came at me, man. He cut me off and he fucking, and then we went to the break, fuck. And then Hal looked at me and he goes, and how about I punch you in the face, Gabe? And Hal Johnson, a big dude, fuck, right?
Oh, yeah, I would be starting any shit with him.
He goes, how about I fucking punch you in the face?
Kidding? Yeah.
Except he was joking, fuck, right? So it's just fucking funny, man. I cracked up and shit. And everyone else was all like, man, Hal, that was out of line, you know, like kind of. Like Landsberg was like, man, Hal's kind of crazy and shit. Like people don't realize the real Hal Johnson because he's so on TV seems like Mr. Rogers. It's like, hey guys, I'm Hal Johnson. Let's go for a jog. Hey kids, remember to eat fruit. In real life, he's like fucking Hal Johnson's telling me a story about how he beat up Dave Semenko and shit. Like, fucking.
That's impressive, actually. Really?
Oh, yeah, I know, man. Like Hal Johnson was telling me that he was in a bar in Edmonton. And he was with the Edmonton Eskimos. I don't know. He was telling me like some dude. Like Don, I don't know if you know, Hal Johnson played baseball for the Colorado Buffaloes. Like he's a good baseball.
Yeah, up in Boulder. Wow, I didn't know that.
NCAA, he's a good baseball player. Like so not quite pro, but he was on the cusp of being a professional baseball player.
Wow.
So he knows a lot of people, Hal Johnson, right? So I don't know, man. He said something. I forget who it was. He said something about he knew some guys and blah blah blah. They were on the Edmonton Eskimos, and he was in Edmonton, and they were in a bar, and the fucking Edmonton Oilers guys came in. The Edmonton Oilers guys came in, and I guess shit got pretty ugly pretty fast. And this happens in every city all the time, guys. Between the CFL team and the fucking NHL team. It's like a rite of passage in every city. It's like they have to fight. Like they have to. It's like they're on a collision course to fight. So
drop the gloves, drop them.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess the Eskimos and the Oilers went at it pretty good. And Hal was on fucking team. Fucking Hal got caught up in it. And Hal was on fucking, he was on the football team side. And Hal got paired up with Semenko and shit. And I believe him too. Like Hal, like it was a bar fight. And I'm not going to tell the whole story because it's pretty whatever. Like it's Hal's story. So it's pretty crazy shit that happened. But basically, Hal's not going to lie. Fuck, you know what I mean? He said that got pretty ugly. Same shit with the Montreal Canadiens. Like, remember Shane Corson of the Montreal Canadiens? Like, a guy in the Montreal Alouettes, like, threw Shane Corson through a fucking plate window once. Like, the hockey players always mouth off to the football players at the CFL how they're broke and shit. You know what I mean? You guys don't have any money, and, like, they compete for the same chicks in bars and shit. But the NHL players have way more money. So the CFL players are resentful of it. So it always leads to confrontation. Fuck. Like, the Montreal Alouettes and the Montreal Expos used to, like, they both, the Alouettes still practice at Olympic Stadium. And so the Alouettes used to practice at Olympic Stadium, even when the Expos baseball team was there. And they have an outdoor field and shit, a grass field.
Right.
And their locker rooms are beside each other. There was zero camaraderie, bro. Like, they fucking, like, the Alouette players fucking used to fucking, they didn't like the Expo players. They were jealous, and the Expo players sort of looked down on the fucking Alouette players. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like a turf war. This is our bar. This is our women.
Guys on the Expos, you know what I mean? These guys were all millionaires.
Too good for you. Yeah.
Yeah, they got Rolexes and fucking sports cars and fucking hot Puerto Rican chicks waiting for them in the hallway outside.
Yeah.
The guys on the Alouettes were taking the metro at the stadium and shit.
That's right. And then have your off-season job as a lawyer.
They even tried. They even like had a party. They were like, "Listen, fuck, you guys should sort of hang out together, at least get along." You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, you guys have your summer off-season job, you CFL guys, as a banker or, a lawyer or something like that. You got something else you got to do.
Well, it's tough, because if you're some dude, you're a great athlete, you're in the CFL, and you're making fucking $80,000 a year, and you're walking past the guy in the fucking tunnel every day that's making $12 million a year.
Yeah.
Right.
Tough. Yep.
So there's a split. All right. So what's the score here? What are we? 20-10 still at the half? Yeah. 20-10 at the half. Edmonton are -8.5. The total's 57.5 now with Bano. Slow down a little bit. We need BC to put a couple of points on the board. It takes 2 to get an over, as you know.
Well, that's the thing. BC's not out of this yet. Edmonton's defense is banged up coming into this game.
We can cover this game still.
And that missed extra point could end up being huge for anyone with +3.5. Touchdown gets through the back door, and it's a 3-point game again. So this is big. There's a long way to go. Edmonton is not home and cool yet. Just iron out the defense if you're BC. They're giving up still way too many big plays. You got to shore that up somehow in the second. If they can do that, we saw them come back, Gabe, to beat Winnipeg at home.
Always got to get a fucking headset to battle. Headset.
Yeah. He does.
Your boys tomorrow. Your boys tomorrow, Hamilton Tiger Cats getting 6 at Winnipeg. Ooh, listen, I've pretty much bet against Hamilton almost every week this year just because of the numbers. But now I'm all over the Ticats here. I'll take the 6 points with the dog.
Yeah, I told people to bet Winnipeg this week, unfortunately. As a loyal Ticat fan and season ticket holder, I don't trust them in this spot. It's Winnipeg off a bye at home. They're 3-0 against the spread at home.
Points with them?
It's going to be a high-scoring game. I do believe that. My big issue with Hamilton is their defense coming into this game because their best cornerback by far is Delvin Breaux. That's to the point where quarterbacks in this league don't even throw to his side of the field. He's that good. That is how great he is at that position. He may not play in this game for Hamilton. He got injured in practice earlier this week, so that's a massive blow to Hamilton's secondary if he doesn't
maybe
play.
The over, say, for your sake.
I like the over. It's a hot and humid night there in Winnipeg. They play with a little up-tempo. They sort of play in a little bit no huddle this season, Winnipeg, at times. Not throughout the whole game, but at times they go pretty quick once they get a few first downs under them. Might try to tire out Hamilton. But now the question is Hamilton's offense back on track because they put up a 50-burger on the pathetic Alouettes? Is that enough to prove the offense for Hamilton is back in track? I'll tell you what, they are better with Tolliver and Tasker, though, on the field. I said that last week. They're much better now with a healthy receiving corps. Saunders, Tasker, and Tolliver's a nice trio at wide receiver. The running backs are interchangeable, but they're all productive. Thomas Erlington, Timmis, Alex Green. They've all run the ball well. So Hamilton's offense, I think, can do some damage here. Winnipeg's defense last 2 games, Gabe, did play Toronto twice. So I'm not sure that's a great indication of how good you are defensively. I like the over, and I like Winnipeg at -5. It's getting up there, but less than a touchdown, I'd still lean Bombers, especially if Bro can't play for Hamilton. That's a massive absence if he doesn't go in that Ticat secondary.
All right, so we got Johnny Manziel. His debut last week was a rough one. I don't know. I'm kind of torn on this in the sense that I don't know if that's sort of something that when I was negative on Johnny Manziel before, and I sort of pictured that. Him turning the ball over, him not having the arm strength, him not being fast enough to really be mobile and create like he did at the collegiate level. And then the other part of me thinks, you know what? We got to give this guy a chance. We know he's got talent. Motherfucker didn't start a football game for 4 years, all right, or whatever it's been. You throw him out here after fucking 5 days, as Nick Lewis tweeted, and Nick knows more than you and I do about the CFL, right? I mean, and he was right about you can't play a fucking quarterback after 4 practices. You just can't. They had 4 full practices, guys. And everyone wanted to see him after 2 days. They're selling the jerseys and shit. I know it seems like it's been forever that he hasn't played, but, in hindsight, they rushed him out there a little bit too early, Babano, I thought. But now there's no turning back. You can't not start him again this week. So there could be some growing pains, but I don't know. I really don't know what to expect from him. I don't know if he's going to completely suck again or he gets a little bit better and he gets that first game out of the way.
It's tricky. And I was actually lining up prior to last week thinking if Montreal gets steamrolled by Hamilton, which they ended up doing, and I knew they were playing Ottawa this week, and I knew Ottawa was off back-to-back road games, would there be enough points to take Montreal? And I've totally gotten off any thoughts of taking Montreal now because of what happened to Ottawa last week, where they blew a huge lead against the Toronto Argonauts and lost on the road. They were up 38-17 at one time. They ended up losing that game. That's the concern. If Ottawa's up by 2 touchdowns tonight, they're probably not going to take their foot off the gas pedal, or if they're up by 2 touchdowns Saturday night, I should say. So that's my issue. Montreal can't stop anybody, Gabe. They can't stop anybody on the ground, through the air. There's no pass rush. There's receivers wide open down the field. They can't locate the football or the receiver down the field. I mean, they can't. They lose the football when it's in the air. They lose track of where the receiver is. All of these cornerbacks, they're all a problem. And I think
that's terrible. Yeah.
It's brutal. And it's funny, Tommy Campbell's having a horrible season at cornerback for Montreal, the veteran. They brought him in from Calgary. And what did I say to you? Calgary did not want to re-sign Tommy Campbell. What does that say? That screams to me loudly and clearly that, hey, there's something up here if Calgary doesn't want to keep you. And he hasn't been a good player in that secondary for Montreal now that they've taken him. So Calgary was right with their management decisions. Kavis Reed was wrong. Are we really that surprised?
I'd go over here too because Montreal just gets.
Yes, I like the over a lot.
Plus, Manziel is either going to play okay and score a few points, or he's going to fucking throw pick sixes or turn it over, and points will just get racked up, right?
Ottawa should hang 30 or 40, given what I've seen out of the Montreal defense here. And they've still got Harris, who played well for most of that game.
It's hard to make a case for Montreal, but you could have said the same thing. It was hard to make a case for Montreal when they were going into Calgary that week and they hung around, right?
It's too many points for me to take Ottawa.
They have hung around in these spots. Like, it doesn't take much. Tyrell Sutton pops one, fucking,
Manziel scrambles around, gets a
little cushion there. Like, that's what happened with the Calgary game. Like, they nearly didn't cover, but since they scored early, they always had that sort of little buffer spot to save their ass. But I'd lean with the over there. All right.
I already bet it at 49.5 because I said Montreal overs as long as they cash, and they've cashed every game over the total since Drew Willie or Jeff Matthews has not been the quarterback. The first Vernon Adams game, that one flew over the total. Last week went over the total, and I think it's going to go over the total again. And even if Manziel struggles, the defense will take care of the rest, probably.
All right, so NFC East, you want to go through quickly. We'll just go through the odds here. So the Eagles are minus 170 to win a division. The Cowboys are plus 333 to win a division. The Giants are plus 650 to win a division. And the Redskins are 7-1, plus 700. Now, we should note that nobody's repeated as NFC East champion in 13 years. Every fucking year, there's been a new winner of this division. All right. And we also know that no one's repeated as Super Bowl champions in 15 years. So on paper, yeah, Philadelphia is the team to beat. There's without a doubt. But history tells us that Philadelphia is not going to win the Super Bowl. And the last 13-year recent history tells us they don't win this division. Now, that's all cute, that trend. But the thing is, I don't know if anyone else in the division is good enough to do anything about it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
The Dallas Cowboys, I don't think much of the Cowboys. I'm on them tonight, but I don't think much of them in the regular season. I know that the Ewok is back. You know, I'm not saying they're going to suck, but I'm not really a big Cowboy believer. The Giants, I'm buying in. I think the Giants go over 6.5 wins, but going over 6.5 wins doesn't mean I think they win a division. And I actually think the Redskins are better than people think they're going to be. I think Alex Smith is an upgrade to Kirk Cousins. You know, Kirk Cousins, you know, you could argue who's a better quarterback, I guess, but there's no arguing who the better winner is. And it's not just a fluke. This goes back to Utah. Alex Smith, who had a perfect record at Utah, beat Alabama in the Sugar Bowl. Alex Smith, wins 12 games every fucking year, wherever he is. College, fucking NFL, he's just a winner. He hasn't won the title in the NFL, but he's a good quarterback. And the Cousins shit in Washington was very dysfunctional, guys. No one liked Kirk Cousins. They were sick of his bullshit. It was always about him and stuff. The Redskins are going to be more of a team now, and they got some talent. I think they're going to be better than people think, but doesn't mean I think they win a division. So I guess Philadelphia is going to win this division. I can't argue against it at -170. I can't.
Unless there's a massive emotional letdown or a ton of injuries, I can't see anything but an Eagles division
They won't
win.
have a letdown.
Yeah.
You know, they could, like you said, but you know what softens that is the fact that Carson Wentz didn't win. Carson Wentz is going to be motivated to get his own Super Bowl. That was Nick Foles' Super Bowl. He's going to want one now.
I think Philadelphia is going to win that division again because I think they're just superior hands because they're loaded at all positions, Gabe. Offensive line is tremendous. The defensive line, great pass rush, Brandon Graham and company, a good secondary, which has vastly been upgraded the last year and a bit. The linebacking core is fantastic. They were down to their third-string linebacker, late in that playoff run last year. They're loaded at all those positions. Receiving core, that might be the one little weak depth area in terms of depth, but running back's fine. Coaching is good. The offensive game plan's been good. The Eagles have it. And a quarterback that if someone gets hurt, the next guy's going to go in there and probably play well.
Foles probably starts the season, to be honest. Yeah, it wouldn't shock me. And one thing, though, we do have to note, they lost their coordinators, though, right?
Frank Reich was a really good OC. Really, really good OC.
What about Schwartz, then? What happened to Jim Schwartz? I thought he left. Let me double check, though. I could be wrong. Yeah, he probably stayed. I don't think off the top of my head think of him with.
I don't think he left. I do not think he left. He is still there. Yes. Yep, he's still there. He's still there.
Yeah, he got a lot of head coaching sort of offers.
That's big too, because obviously that defense played very well.
He did a good job, but
he's a good DC. He was a good DC in Buffalo, Gabe, until the Rex Ryan regime cleaned him out of there.
He should have got the head coaching job. I think, to me, I'd give Schwartz a head coaching job. I'm not opposed to giving him a shot.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a shot. He got ran out too quickly, I think, or he's judged too much for it. He's done a good job. He got screwed over in Buffalo.
Exactly. Rex Ryan came on board and sent that defense into oblivion with his shitty coaching. Yeah. And that was the end of that. Yeah.
But losing Frank Reich is big. I know that Doug Peterson's the Riverboat Gambler, and Peterson, is there, but it's tough to lose your offensive coordinator. I think the Eagles can deal with it, but Frank Reich, was a big part of the success there. He really was. The play calling was brilliant for that Super Bowl and the playoffs, the play calling, just collectively between Peterson, Foles, and Reich was really a masterpiece. It just really was.
It was, and they outmaneuvered and outsmarted Hoodie and his cronies there in New England in the Super Bowl. They were one step ahead every play. The New England was scratching their head. You had Patricia with that pencil behind his ear with that face of his looking, what the hell just happened?
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I don't. Patricia gets the job. It's not like his defenses were ever good.
Yeah. What Bill Belichick? That's the question for Detroit, as we talked about. Every Belichick understudy's had a little bit of a hiccup as a head coach. That's what he's got to overcome.
So, what's your thought on the NFC East then?
Quickly, Giants, I agree with you. Over the win total makes some sense. ATS-wise, week to week makes some sense too, because I know Eric Flowers bothers me still on that offensive line. They've still got to look at maybe doing something to upgrade there, but defensively, I think they're going to be better.
Well, Flowers blows, but they brought in Nate Soldier, who helps.
He helps. He does, yeah. People are worried that New England didn't, that maybe it's a bad sign because New England didn't re-sign him or go after keeping him, but I think he's still an upgrade from what the Giants had before.
He's not great, exactly. He's not, he's not the stud that he was, but it's an upgrade. He's a pro.
Yep.
And then that big fucking mountain of a fucking kid there from UTEP they drafted. Like I said, I don't think the Giants are great, but they've got to listen, the Giants win total to me, Babano, this is 1,000% contingent on fucking getting Odell Beckham in fucking camp here or under contract.
Yeah.
They're not winning 7 games with Odell Beckham Jr. They need Odell Beckham Jr. He's an impact player. They need him. Eli Manning needs him. You have Odell and Saquon Barkley. You can do some fucking damage and win. You surprise people and win 9-10 games, I think. Without Odell Beckham, it changes everything. Fuck. The pocket collapses. No one scares anybody. It's just a completely different dynamic. The Giants are just cheap. Fuck. Just pay the man. Fuck.
Yeah, well, what's wrong with these Maras here? Let's go here, you guys. Start paying some players and upgrade your talent. That's what it's going to take. Do you want to be ruled in this division for the next 5-10 years by the Eagles, or at least the next 5 years?
Look,
That's what you're looking at right now.
I was talking about it the other night. The Raiders have raised $160 million already in personal seat license and shit in Vegas. So they're making hundreds of millions of dollars in the revenue from the NFL this year, playing in Oakland. They got a free $1.8 billion stadium built for them. They've already pocketed $160 million for fucking seats, for the permission to buy seats. Yet they can't pay Khalil Mack, their best player. When I bitch about the NFL, that's what I'm saying. Why can't they pay him? Is it we're a little broke? It's not like we're talking about the BC Lions. You know what I mean? We'd like to pay $16 million, but we can't. The team's only worth $30 million. The Raiders, they can't look at him in the eye and say, we don't have the money. It's like Mr. Burns saying, I'm broke. We don't have the money to pay you. We can't afford it. It's no, I don't know. You just got a free $2 billion stadium. You're making hundreds of millions of dollars every month ever since this move. It's bullshit that you say you don't have the money. And then basically they're wow, their real reason is, we can't pay a linebacker that much. That would be breaking precedent. So you see how they don't break the mold, Babano. Doesn't matter how good you are. They have a structure for you, and that's what they're going to fucking pay you. And if you don't like it, then you won't fucking play. It's really a bullshit. I don't want to get into it. The Players Association are stupid. They're going to have to do something about this. But it's like Le'Veon Bell. The fan, Le'Veon Bell's greedy. Le'Veon Bell this. They offered him $70 million. They didn't offer him $70 million. They guaranteed him $3 million, which is $16 million a year. So in other words, they promised him to pay him for 2 years, Roberto. That's not a great deal. Right? The NFL contracts, they make the UFC seem good almost. People don't really think of it and realize you need to be smart and actually care also about the perspective of the player. But it's unbelievable how the NFL has so much money, yet they refuse to pay their best players. Odell Beckham is one of the faces of the NFL, bro. The NFL uses Odell Beckham's face all the time, man. You know what I mean? He's in all their fucking promotional shit. He's in the fucking Verizon ads or whatever. You know what I mean? He's associated with a lot of the NFL brand sponsors, okay? Odell, the NFL is as popular as it is because of players like Odell Beckham.
Yeah.
And they don't want to pay him. It's ridiculous. Just pay the fucking guy.
Well, you know what? They need him for sure because I love Sterling Shepard on this Giants team, but who else are you going to throw to beyond him?
I like him too, but he's okay, but
I don't trust Brandon Marshall at this stage of his career. I liked Roger Lewis at Bowling Green way back in the Dino Babers days, but
he's not NFL good.
He's not NFL. No. So they have depth concerns at receiver, and for that reason, among others, his ability to make plays and be a difference maker and a game breaker. You need Odell Beckham Jr. back on the field. I don't think Sterling Shepard can carry this receiving core on his own. I think he's the best of the rest after him. But after the, you need him out there. I know Ingram, is a decent tight end, but you need some weapons, and Odell's the best one they have. So you got to get this done.
Well,
the Giants aren't going to budge. They're going to have force the player, like with so many other of these teams.
Dude, that tight end kid that they fucking drafted is a fucking stud, bro.
Yep. From
last year. I didn't think they should have drafted him last year. Like, first, I would have taken Dalvin Cook last year. But anyways, they end up with Saquon Barkley now anyways this year. I'm going to check his numbers, but.
And one last point about the Giants, and by the way, and why I think they can't be at worse, why I think there's going to be ATS value on them, because they were, again, I'm looking at these teams that were coached so poorly, that they were so badly undercoached by the former regimes. I'm looking at Tennessee with Malarkey and the Giants with Ben McAdoo. They're going to get much better coaching from these new regimes. They have to. It can't be any worse. Pat Shurmur is a professional coach, knows what he's doing. Has been around a long time. He's going to work with this offense. He's going to work with Eli Manning, maybe try to rid him of some of his bad habits. It can't be anything but hopefully positive for the Giants, having a guy like Shurmur now running that thing.
And, so you're talking about the you're right. The wide receivers, they have a sort of like a lot of okay guys. You know what I mean? Cody Latimer and, the Sterling Shepard, etc. But I tell you, if your offense is built around Odell Beckham, Saquon Barkley, and Evan Engram, you're going to be a load to deal with.
Yeah.
This Engram kid's going to turn in one of the best tight ends in the NFL. He's a fucking stud. Like, I didn't like the draft pick, but it's hard to argue how good he is. Like, that's the thing. It's like, yeah, you guys really didn't need a tight end. You need a lot of other things, but he is fucking good.
And you mentioned Dallas. I've got concerns with Dallas. It starts with Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett, when are we going to see him win big-time games when it matters the most? I haven't seen it yet. And yet Jerry Jones keeps saying, oh, his job's fine. His job's safe. That's just a puppet. It's just Jerry Jones' puppet. We've known that for years. He just wants a guy that he can run the team through Jerry Jones's vision and thoughts and just spit them out. That's really all Jason Garrett is, just a figurehead. Jason Garrett for Jerry Jones. That's all there is to it. The offensive line, let's not remember how this was a great offensive line a couple of years ago for Dallas. It's been on a slow and steady decline the last year.
Line. Yeah, that was the best line 3 years ago. It's not now. Exactly.
It's not now. They've got some concerns there. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Tyron Smith's great. Frederick's getting older, though. Zach Martin's been injured a little bit. The receiving core, I don't know. I don't love it. We got Cole Beasley again.
Everyone knows it, too. Des Bryant called it out, and he was right. Des is an idiot, but he called out. He was right.
Yep.
Was their predictable play calling.
Yep.
Now, look, Jason Garrett likes to kill the clock, okay? They have always done that, even when they had talent with Romo and when Des was young and shit. And it's the one smart thing about Garrett. Like Garrett, I like that style of him. Like he does play ball control and keep the ball away from the other team. He's very good at that. But the thing is, they're so fucking predictable, bro. They run the same goddamn fucking plays all the time. And it got to the point last year where guys on the other team, were laughing at them. Like, literally. Yeah. Like, there was a point, I don't know if you remember, man, it was the guy in the Eagles. He told the cowboy, they were standing there, and he told the cowboy what play was coming up next. And he said, man, and because these guys, they talk to each other, right? People don't realize, they're. So, he basically said, he goes, man, your OC's fucked, bro. He's like, we know what you're running. We know what you're going to do. And I guess, Des is I fucking know you fucking know. Fuck it. And then people look at Dez and they're like, well, Dez can't get separation anymore, right? Which might be true, but it's hard to get separation when the fucking DB knows what play you're running all the time.
No, it's true.
The DB standing there telling Dez, he would joke with him kind of, yeah, I know, we don't have to do anything here. This ain't to you. He would know, you know what I mean? And it wasn't like the Patriots, oh, they stole something. It was just they were so predictable. So it's and the Cowboy players would hear the other teams calling the plays, right before they would say, boom, boom, they're going fucking jam left. They would know, they'd see the Cowboys line up and it'd be all right, they're handing the ball off to Elliott on the left side. They just know. And it's just, I bet you it doesn't change. He's been like this his whole fucking career.
No, it's like nothing changes. It's very predictable. Like you say, that it seems like they run the same plays over and over again. The defenses get wind of it. How about the Dallas defense? Another concern. They had no pass rush last year when David Irving was not on the field, and the defense stunk as a collective whenever Sean Lee went down with an injury. And we know Sean Lee's going to get hurt some point this year because it always happens every year.
Sean Lee's beaten down, yeah, and then the guy they drafted, who I actually like, the Van Der Esch kid there, whatever his name is, out of Boise.
Van Der Esch, really good player at Boise.
Yes. Linebacker, except he's got injury problems. He's hurt already.
Yep.
Supposed to be the new Sean Elliott or Sean Lee.
No, exactly. They get him at the linebacker spot and just can't keep him healthy through training camp, for crying out loud. Already a big
best drafting team. This team.
No, they have.
They fell ass backwards into Dak Prescott. We'll give them credit for that. Thing is, they didn't even want Dak Prescott. They were about to take Connor Cook, literally. The Jerry Jones was all hot to trot for fucking Connor Cook. The Raiders took Connor Cook one pick before the Cowboys were going to draft. And the Cowboys only had like 5 minutes, because in the fourth round. And Jerry Jones was like pissed,
Yeah.
And he didn't even make the pick. Like, basically, it was like, fuck. He wanted Connor Cook, sort of stormed out. And it was like the scouts were there, and they told fucking Steven, the kid, they basically said, listen, fuck, you wanted Cook, let's just take Dak Prescott. And it was the scouts' pick. It wasn't like Jerry Jones at all. Like, they fell completely ass backwards in the Dak Prescott. Like, they weren't even going to take him. It was the scout. And we'll give credit to the kid, Steven. Steven Jones did give the go-ahead and said, okay. And then it's funny, they weren't going to play him. He was supposed to be third string, Babano. Third string.
Yep.
You had Tony Romo. You had Kellen Moore. Romo gets hurt like on the first fucking play of the preseason. Fucking Kellen Moore gets hurt. Hey, kid, you're up. And I remember I was like, man, we're going to make money off this guy. He's good. I watched him in Mississippi State a lot. I was like, watch. And then he fucking lit it up. And then boom. Tony Romo never fucking played again for the Cowboys. Pretty crazy, man.
No, it's a crazy, crazy story. And you mentioned how Jerry Jones needs to be talked off the ledge by his surrounding people and in that Dallas organization. It's the same thing with how they got Tyron Smith, the left tackle. He wanted to draft Manziel that year, for crying out loud. And they talked him off the ledge, saying, no, we're getting Tyron Smith. Jerry, settle down. Yeah.
Jerry, the Steven Jones he seems to be a little sharper than Jerry.
Yeah.
Steven's like, no. Yeah, exactly. Jerry Jones is in the war room. I want to take Johnny. Let's take Johnny.
Yeah.
Basically, the kid and the head scout had to basically, and it's hard to tell Jerry no, right? He's Jerry Jones. Fuck. He's going to do what he wants to do. But they were adamant. They were do not do this. Do not do this. Do not do this. I guess 2 of the scouts fucking pleaded with him. Don't do this, sir. Don't do this. You'll regret it. You'll regret it.
And finally,
they saved his fucking ass on that one, man.
Yeah, just take your Metamucil and pipe down. Let us make the decisions here, Jerry. Come on.
Yeah, you're right. At this point, it's like, Jerry, just go fucking on your yacht and fucking bang some young chicks and shit.
Yeah,
because it is true. Steven knows what he
loves doing that. Yeah, it's something he loves to do with the young chicks, as we saw in the photo years ago.
Yeah. Steven
with the girl. Yeah,
Steven at least doesn't fall for the name. You know what I mean? All the time. Jerry gets the name. It gets to him. He wants the flash, the name. At least Steven's a little bit more football orientated. That's not the smart football move. Let's do the smart football move, right? So, but then you say all that. I mean, actually, you know what? And we'll give him credit, but the wide receiver they drafted, the Gallo kid's pretty good. I don't know if he'll be good in the NFL. You never know with wide receivers. It's tough. A lot of busts in wide receivers in the NFL. But, pretty good draft pick. I'm not going to say it wasn't,
No, definitely. I mean, solid. I think they did okay at this year's draft. It's just a question of, is it going to show up right away? But you're right. I got too many questions on Dallas, and I don't want to absolve Dak of any blame because, he dipped his play. Last year, his play was not good last year. No,
was it his fault?
First season. Yes, that's the question. I still want him to do well because I like the kid. I don't like the team, but I like the kid, Dak Prescott. So I hope he does well. But that's about it.
A good guy. Corey Parsons brought it up, the fantasy exec. Corey Parsons. I told you guys I like the Lions plus 8.5 to come back. 2020 right now. Thing with Dak Prescott is Corey Parsons had a good point. Corey Parson ran through, but man, this is where fantasy and reality become through, just like looking at his issues here. Every fucking game, bro, that Zeke Elliott plays in, he had 22 or more fantasy points, which is good. Okay?
Yep.
Without Zeke, he had like 7, 10, 8. There's a big fucking correlation, man. Elliott is a little dickhead, but he's a good fucking running back. And teams do have to stack the box when Elliott's there. Otherwise, Elliott will get you. Like, it's like double teaming someone in basketball. Like, they don't have a choice. If you don't stack the box with Elliott, he's going to pick up 5-6 yards. So, like, they have to clog the lanes. And that helps fucking Dak with open space to throw the football. Without that, it's almost like Superman without his cape. You know what I mean? Like Dak is fucked without Zeke. He really is.
Needs that back that can really be a guy you can lean on and running the ball and catching it out of the backfield, doing the screen passes and getting him open in space. Takes a lot of workload. If it's just Dak having to chuck it up and throw it down the field, it's not as effective. He's not as comfortable doing that play in, play out, and you got to rely solely on him through the air. He's not at that stage yet. Maybe
he's a good thrower, but he's not. Somebody, I think it was Corey actually again. Corey's a Cowboy fan, so he knows him inside. He brought a good point. Like, Dak can throw the ball. He's got an arm strength and shit, but he's not the type of guy that's gonna you got to be open.
Lead a receiver to the ball, yeah.
It's like a lot of those college, like he was a spread guy in college. Like EJ Manuel was like that. Like EJ Manuel at Florida State would drop back, he'd look around and be like, oh, fuck, man, buddy's wide open. And he'd fucking throw a fastball to him. He can't anticipate and throw the ball before he's open. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you said, Dak's not at that point now. Dak can't just drop back and pass. And like Aaron Rodgers will sort of drop back and throw it to nowhere. And then, boom, Randall Cobb is there a second later. It's like the vision. Okay, this is where I'm going with this. This is where he's going to, you know what I mean? Bam. It's like it's an art. It's hard to do. That's why great quarterbacks, not great quarterbacks, but Dak can't do that. Dak is more of a fucking, all right, he's open, let me throw it there. Cam Newton's the same way. It's these fucking option quarterbacks, bro. The spread offense. They don't really learn how to be quarterbacks. They're just athletes.
Well, that's the thing. When you're not coming from a pro-style offense, that's not something that comes as natural to you or something that you're probably as good at going into the next level and going into the NFL. And that's Dak's issue. Dak can't lead a receiver just nicely into the football. Different kind of routes. The timing, the rhythm, and the pass is not always there with him. And it's because of that different type of offense he comes from. That's why I said so many times, the college game right now is not necessarily tailoring certain quarterbacks and O-linemen for the NFL because they're playing spread offense all the time. It's all the rage now is spread offense in college.
Late great Dave Malinsky fucking brought that up about it. You remember? Oh, a big drop by fucking Seattle there. 12-10. Hopefully we can get the money line here. Malinsky brought it up about how you can't run the ball, they can't block, and because all the linemen, they don't know how to run block anymore. Because in college, they don't. They stand there.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they just sort of, you know what I mean? They put their hands on their knees, like they just sort of bend down half-ass, and then boom, they just put their hands up like this. The quarterbacks are never under center. They're 5 yards back. It's like training wheels, football. And then they get to the NFL, and they're fucked. Thank you very much, Taylor Stevens. I can't wait to see you and Sonny Vega again. Thanks, King Ganja. I forgot it was my birthday, to be honest.
It is, yes. Happy birthday. There we go. Another year.
I was actually born at like 5 o'clock or 5:20 or something like that.
Happy birthday. Not older, better. Yeah.
Tomorrow at like 5. That's sort of when I feel it's my birthday. It's not, you know what I mean? Like, I know that I was born at like fucking 5:18 or something like that. My mother told me in the evening. So
I got to give the Lions credit. BC Lions have come out ready to play in this second half. So far, they've had a great third quarter. Now they got to keep it going. Keep it going here. They need this game desperately. That's kind of why I like them, but they got to finish it now.
Technically, anyways, guys, you guys don't all have to do the happy birthday shit. Don't worry. It's all good. I won't be offended if you don't. I forgot.
I'll say this about Washington.
Today's still the 9th. It might technically be midnight, but it might be technically midnight, but still, yeah. Tomorrow's the 10th.
Yeah, I mean, Washington's a team that I think they've got. I've got a little more. I'm still very, very skeptical of Washington too, but I'm less skeptical of them than I am Dallas. I think there's a little bit more of a better chance for them to be at least decent in the division. You know, getting Alex Smith's going to settle everyone down. I know people aren't going to say, you know, Alex Smith's, you know, just one of those guys. He's a dink and dunk quarterback, and but he's going to manage the offense. He's going to keep the chains moving. He's not going to make as many critical mistakes, I find, in games, and he's going to give the team a chance to win most weeks. That's what you get out of Alex Smith. You know, you're not going to get the big blazing arm, the big downfield thrower. That's not him, but he's going to be efficient, accurate, you know, make the throws he is capable of making. Rely on the ground game, which is good. I like Chris Thompson and some of these backs here in Washington. P. Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
They have a chance to have some good running backs here. You know, defensively, let's see what they get. Can Josh Norman bounce back? I did not like his play last year. Yeah, Geis, of course, exactly. Yeah, at the running back spot. Defensive line, defensive front, still pretty good for the Washington Redskins. So, yeah, I mean, there's definitely a potential here for this team being decent, at least competitive in this division.
All right, Babado. So what did you say? You wanted to talk about the Big 12, right?
I'm just going to give you one bet on and one bet against team. We're not going through every team.
Yeah, too many teams.
Iowa State's my bet on team with Matt Campbell. Texas, I like Texas too. I really do, but I think more bandwagon for Texas. People are on to Texas, even though I think they're going to be great.
You're right. What's the total? It's up to 8.5?
8.5. There's going to be no betting market steam on this Iowa State team, and all they did was cover point spreads, and all they did was every loss they had last year was like a single-digit loss. They were in every single football game. Iowa State.
What's your win total for Iowa State? Was it 6.5 or 7.5?
Let me just bring that up. Take a look. I think it's in that range. Pretty sure it is. Let me see here. Win total.
I like it over 2. I think it's 6.5.
Yeah, leaning towards 7 at the book I'm at, but
7.
Still,
all right.
Yeah.
So, you know, maybe you got to push.
ATS, they'll be very good, I think.
Not easy to win 8 games, like you said, but I tell you, they're dangerous. I think they go over. I think they could beat Iowa in that game. So week 1 or week 2, they play Iowa. I think they could beat them.
I absolutely do too, because I think everyone's saying Iowa, and Iowa probably is going to be
taking a step back this year, bro. I'm telling you, they're taking a step back.
You know what's amazing? But they play in that weaker Big Ten division where they could still be second, even though they're going to be worse because it's such a bad division. Because it's such a bad division outside of Wisconsin.
Like pussy ass schedules. It's fucking bullshit, man. Like Michigan State, Ohio State, and Michigan, we get fucked.
Yep.
Like we got to play each other all the time because of older rivalries, and then whatever, man. Then, like, dude, Wisconsin last year didn't play Michigan, didn't play Ohio State, and didn't play Michigan fucking State. It's bullshit. You're not in the Big Ten, fuck. Like, it's like fucking playing in the SEC and you never play Auburn or Alabama. It's garbage. And we got to play each other all the fucking time. Like, I got to tell you, the Big Ten's got to do something about the imbalance of this fucking conference bullshit that they have, fuck.
No,
like, it's pimping up. It's pimping up. It's almost deliberate. Like, they're like, well, if we don't do this, fucking Michigan, Penn State, and Ohio State are going to dominate this shit. So, you know, it's like it's like they fix the neighborhood in like elections. You know what I mean? Well, let's make the district bigger so we'll get more votes. It's like, well, let's get the Midwest involved here and Iowa and Wisconsin's in the world. And, you know, like Michigan never avoids these teams with battle. Like, it's not right. It's not fair. It's bullshit.
And that's unfortunately, but it's geographical because now they do West and East division. Remember, it was Leaders and Legends division at the very beginning.
They just keep fucking it up. I know.
Now it's West and East.
And I get it. It's tradition. So we're fucked. Like the Big Ten said. So what do you guys want? Because Michigan have bitched about this. And everyone's bitched about it. Everyone's bitched. You know what I mean? But they basically said, listen, do you guys not want to play each other every year? The biggest fucking rivalry, you know, I guess Auburn, Alabama is probably I'd say Auburn, Alabama is bigger just because of the fucking impact it has now. But the game's the game. I mean, it's still as big as it gets. Michigan, Ohio State, right?
Yep.
You know, so that's every year. So it's like, well, you guys can't rotate because then you're not going to play each other. So you have to play each other. You got to play Michigan State every year. Can't not play Michigan State every year. So it's like, we get roped into this bullshit. And it's like, all right, that's great. So we're playing fucking Ohio State. We're playing Michigan State. We're playing Penn State. And fucking, Wisconsin doesn't play any of these teams.
Yeah.
And Iowa doesn't play any of these teams. That's why these cocksuckers go to the Big Ten fucking title game every fucking year.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely the problem that you face when you're in that kind of predicament. You've got to face a much tougher slate of foes.
Yeah,
You're
the
in
SEC
and
is
you're out.
the same thing. Alabama's got to deal with it.
Yep.
I mean, no offense, Georgia,
overcome it.
that division's fucking crap, right?
Yeah.
You got Georgia and everyone fucking else, man. Like so it's the same shit. It's life's unfair. It is what it is.
Yeah, it is. But Iowa State, I like Kyle Kemp, the quarterback. When he took over, that defense was so much better last year, too. Iowa State couldn't stop the better offenses they played. They really improved on that side of the ball. I like them. I'm kind of negative on Texas Tech if I had to pick my favorite bet against team in the Big 12. It's just they're swimming upstream. I mean, they have a very, very poor defense. They've always had one, potentially changing quarterbacks again. You look at their schedule, it's going to be tough. They're playing Oklahoma, Texas, a lot of the tough schedule, non-conference schedule is not going to be great for them. Texas Tech to me is the one I'd go under with. It just seems like Cliff Kingsbury's hit a wall. He's losing out to everybody now in that state.
This is his last shot. This is the last hurrah. He's going to get fired this year if they don't go bold.
I think it's a bad situation. This is a guy that's on the hot seat, and I don't see it getting better because I think he's swimming upstream. Everybody in this conference is getting better, or most of the teams are getting better. Someone's got to fall back. I think it's him. I think he's because, again, there's not a lot of good defenses. I should preface this. It's not like there's a lot of great defense being played in the Big 12, but Texas Tech year in and year out hasn't been able to stop anybody, regardless of the fact they can put up. They did a little better.
They got better defensively.
Yeah. They went from bad to, still below average. Bad to below average. That's the difference they made. But yeah, I think their schedule's tough. I think everybody else is improving. Someone's got to drop. I know Big Man likes Baylor to improve. I'm much more skeptical on that. I think that's a horrible situation for Matt Rule to deal with, and I'm not sure they're turning it around just all of a sudden. That was a dismal year.
Win total's so fucking low, though.
That's the other one I would say bet against Baylor.
The team I think is going to struggle here. I see their win total is 8.5, but it's shaded to the under. The Oklahoma State Cowboys, I think they take a step back.
My only reservation, and in theory, they should take a step back because you lose, Mason Rudolph from a tremendous offense last year. The defense is rebuilding a little bit, but Mike Gundy seems to field a competitive team that's in the mix every single year, regardless of who he's losing. That he's a really, really good football coach, and that's my only reservation. But in theory, they're losing a lot.
You're right, though. He spits out 8 and 9 wins, 9, 10 wins
every year. Mike Gundy, yeah, it's amazing. He's very consistent there at Stillwater. What they've done.
He loses the quarterback, loses their best wide receiver. I guess they could just plug new guys in. I get it. They still have their running back. The Hill kid is back.
Yep.
They've got talent. I mean, I know they're going to be decent, but I don't know. I think that, and for the record, guys, just quick DGen bet here. I just took the under 2.5 in LA Galaxy 2 and Fresno FC. There's 15 minutes left in the match. It's 2-0 right now. So I need no goal in the next 15 minutes. But small play. We'll see what happens. Still 20-20 in a football game. Dallas Cowboys are up 20-10. And Indy's up 13-10 right now. But I'll take a 13-12 win, man. I don't care.
How about Jason Garrett, maybe on the verge of writing, at least for one night, some of his preseason woes of the past? I'll give you credit for taking Dallas. I wanted no part of Dallas, but so far they're in decent shape.
Money line. Oh, you know what? Listen, I appreciate it. You know what I did? It was basically I was getting 3.5 points.
It's a lot of points to lay. You got to have a damn good reason to lay more than a field goal in week
why
one.
are you guys laying 3.5 points? Like, is there some big edge? Like Bobby Riggs, what's your edge? What's your angle here? That why you got to win by 4 points in a preseason game? Really? You better have a damn good reason why. San Francisco are overhyped coming into the year, bro. I'm telling you. All this San Francisco going to the playoffs and Super Bowl bullshit. Jimmy Garoppolo is going to take a step back. Fuck. They beat a bunch of teams that were shit last year at the end. They played a Jacksonville team that would already clinched everything. Yeah, Jacksonville played their starters, but they didn't need the game. They went, They didn't need the game. I get it. San Francisco's trendy and shit, but I think they're overhyped, man. And I think, this is case in point, Babano, where take advantage of the overhyped them. Even though it's preseason, they're overhyped, laying 3.5 tonight.
Yeah, let's make a bold, daring prediction that Jimmy Garoppolo, very bold, will not end the 2018 NFL season undefeated as a starting quarterback. I'm going to be very bold and say that right now. It will not happen. He will not be undefeated as a starter after this season. I said it about San Francisco. Nobody made more money, or very few, I'm sure, enjoyed that late run for San Francisco.
The first week in week 1. They're in Minnesota.
Yeah. That's a tough opener. That's real tough opener in a tough building, tough environment. But nobody, enjoyed that San Francisco surge late last season more than me. And I cashed in with San Francisco every week. But they were dubious spots. They took advantage of every opponent. And that's my one concern going into this season. Tennessee was struggling at the time. Rams rested players. Jacksonville didn't have a whole lot to play for when they beat them.
I know.
So, yeah, that's the issue. Now you're going to face teams that are motivated, ready, that are good. And that's going to be the thing that San Francisco's got to prove themselves up against. Although I think Garoppolo has that winning mentality about him. He does. He's got that factor of, I can make big plays, but he's going to have to do it now for a full season, and he's never had to until now.
No, I got no fucking birthday cake. I got nothing.
No, you got to get something. Get one of those.
The whole world. Yeah. I bought myself this gift. It's like
I don't get cake for birthday anymore. Friends of mine give me beer. They give me alcohol and liquor. That's exactly what I want.
I don't need that. I'm all right.
I'm an easy guy to shop for.
Down to all this traveling and shit. And
oh yeah, we'll wrap it up. We'll call.
No. I'm not saying that for you, but I'm supposed to go to Montreal this fucking weekend. It's fucking getting to me, man. Not in a hurry to want to get on the plane right now. Trust me.
Going to have a good finish here. Edmonton, BC, 21-20 after the third quarter. BC up by 1. But we've been here before with BC. They've had a lot of close calls. They could have beat Ottawa, should have beat Ottawa.
3.5. We could fucking lose by 6 or 7. We can still. Let's just get over. I'll take over. We need points here. Let's get the fucking over, man.
Slow down a bit. At 41, you need 55 really to get over because it was 54.
Speaking of travel, though, we're only 2 weeks away from the IFBC now.
I can't wait. It's a week and a half, really, because it's Wednesday or Thursday, or just under 2 weeks. Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah, 2 weeks, 13 days. Yeah, I'm leaving the Wednesday night, too. So, yeah, 13 days.
It is really, rapidly approaching, as you like to say, yeah.
Thank you, Goody.
No, it'll be a blast. It'll be fun. We'll see everybody out there. I can't think of who's not going to be there. That's the question. It's not who's going to be there. Who's not going to be there at this point. Stucci's going. Stucci now said last night he's going. He made this announcement on Twitter. MVP Sports is going to be there. Stucci, he's coming now.
I thought Stucci was always going.
Yeah, apparently he was held up, or there was some kind of conflict that maybe was arising a lot earlier this week. But no, he's cleared the deck. He's good. He'll be there. So
I don't know. I know our boy Stucci, though. He was going to be in San Diego. I saw the tweet. I thought it was weird because he's in Minneapolis. And I know he was going to San Diego to see Chris Edge, who's going. So I was under the impression he was going to San Diego, and then they were going to drive up to Vegas, so like 4 hours. So then I saw him tweeting about, I'm going to San Diego, but I'm not sure about Vegas. And so, yeah, good. I'm glad he's a great guy. I'm glad to hear Kyle's going to be there.
And all of our time that we've spent on air doing shows over the last year and a bit, for me, 2 years, Gabe, with Big Man on campus, and I'll finally get to see him in the flesh, in person. Donnie I've seen in person because he was down there in Costa Rica last year. But I've never met Jeff before, so that'll be fun.
Me neither. I've met Donnie a few times now, with the Super Bowl too.
See, that's the problem with having monikers. Like, I sometimes forget his name's Jeff. It's like people with me. Forget my name is Ian. It's not Bobano all the time. But Bobano and Big Man on campus, we get called that all the time.
Brian Rowe's going to be there?
/ Millhouse, yeah.
Rowe's been waking up recently. It's all good, Rowe. You gotta do what you gotta do, bro. No offense taken. I know. I'm going to be starting to wake up early too. Oh, fuck off. Fuck. What just happened? Fuck. Touchdown Colts. Screw me.
Wow. Here's another. Here we got Dallas maybe on the verge of ending preseason
Dogs.
failures. And here's Seattle, which is a preseason juggernaut, and they're in trouble now.
You're right. Dude, Seattle are normally great in the preseason. You know what it is? They're not getting good backup quarter. Like when I told those stories before.
Yeah, Trayvon Boykin and some other guys as backup quarterback.
Yeah. Boykin's just a psycho that can't stop punching cops. Fuck. Fucking Boykin was good. And Tavares Jackson was fucking good for preseason, right? Like, I don't know the stiff they have in here now, but he's fucking shit, man. Number 5, whoever he is, fuck.
Yeah, Seattle's got a hurting depth situation in terms of their backup. Alex McGough is probably in there now. McGough from Florida International. He stunk at Florida International. Or he is okay at times, but he was.
Oh, that's who it is. That's who it is. Yeah, he's in there. Yeah. No, he was good at FIU, Babano, but he's a shitty college. Like you say, he's just a college kid that runs around and shit. You
got issues. You got Austin Davis, who's a journeyman quarterback, and Alex McGough behind Russell Wilson.
Sure.
If Wilson gets hurt, you're fucked. You're totally done if you're Seattle this year.
Well, look, BC have taken a 1-point lead.
Yeah, they got a rouge, single point. Yeah.
Hey, we'll take all the points we can get, Babano.
Yep. No, BC's defense is hunkered down in the second half. They're really playing good defense, finally, a little bit. They're pitching a shutout in the second half so far.
All right, so who else is going to be there? Brian Rowe's going to be there. Kyle Hammer's going to be there. Chris Edge going to be there. MVP Stucci's going to be there. I guess that's it.
From the chat. Yep.
Oh, Taylor Stevens going to be there.
Oh, Sonny and Taylor will be there. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad Sonny's feeling better. I hope he's feeling better enough to go.
Yeah, I heard about that. The hospital scare. Jeez, that didn't sound good. And
no, I'm really looking forward to it. You know what? Vegas is my last. I guess it's not my last hurrah, but it sort of is in the sense that, like, I'm not coming back to Toronto right after Vegas.
No, you're going to Vancouver for a bit, just for a few days.
I'm going right from Vancouver
right to New York.
Right to New York from Vancouver after.
And not coming back till Toronto, if I'm not mistaken, till late September when you got to record the album with Homicide.
Yeah, September. So that's only 2 weeks, a couple of weeks. But yeah. So it's just sort of that, 13 days from now, man, I'm basically leaving in 13 days, essentially. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, my life's going to change in 2 weeks for real here. Fuck.
No, I'll have to visit you when you're back in September, maybe. We'll see. For a brief stop in Toronto, yeah.
That could be tough. You have to come down to New York sometime.
That is definitely going to be on the radar. We're going to fix this Ian's never been to New York thing sooner rather than later, yeah. Yeah,
we've done shows in New York before. I guess last night you could say it was our first road rage in New York.
Yeah, it was. It had that vibe of a road rage, right?
Yeah, it was our first, road rage New York. But
except this road rage had a few hot chicks in it. That's the difference.
Yeah,
it wasn't all sausage fest the whole night.
We get settled in though down there. We'll get settled in. Fucking, we'll have like a show at a bar somewhere type thing, at some point. We got some cool shit coming up actually. Going to be doing college football every Saturday morning on TV. I forgot we were on TV. Fuck.
Yeah. Joe Lisi. Gabe, love the show. Great to be with you.
I swear to God, guys, like I totally didn't know we were on TV.
Yeah.
Like today, yesterday, I didn't really think about it. I don't know. I should have known, but because I was looking like in the studio, it's like, all right, we're on break here, but we're not on break there. Like there's a lot of little weird things that fucking happen. And I realized, I was like, holy fuck, yeah, we're on TV right now. Fuck. I was like, I would have dressed better. I didn't shave. I'm all fucking like beaten down, like sitting there on a desk. I realized, I'm like, holy shit, fuck, we're fucking wearing like 80 million homes right now.
Hey, more good news. Pirates and Giants in baseball went over the total. Yes. That's my video play. MLB play of the day. Yes.
Thanks, King Ganja. We try to bring it every night for you guys.
No, you did a great. That was a good show last night that you did from New York. I didn't get a chance to see any of your show with Carton. I tried to, but things came up. But I'll take a look at it because I'm sure you did. It was a lot of fun. It was you, Michelle, Carton, and Corey Parsons on that too. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you mean things came up? What are you doing at 9 a.m.? Come on, Ben.
Well, yesterday I had the round table. We were competing yesterday. The round table.
That's all right. That's something that comes up. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But
just
today
I'm busting your balls. I'm not upset. You know, you said, all right, stuff that came up. It's like, what do you sleep? Normally,
I wish.
Yeah, normally I'd get up around that time. Like that's what I told them today in the studio. Because I came in and I wasn't too happy. It's like fuck. I was fucking sweating. It was like 8:30 in the morning. Fucking, New York fucking craziness. Fucking people were around in the street already at 8:30 in the morning. I heard a great story today, though. I never really see crazy shit. It's funny, but I guess right outside our studio, right on the corner, basically, outside MSG, fucking, I guess at like 8 in the morning or something, there was like a crazy fucking wasted dude. And he was fucking arguing with a buddy of his. And the buddy was like a midget, except in a wheelchair. And it was pretty crazy. And they were both like, I don't know, they were all cracked up and shit or whatever. And they were really going hard. They were fighting. They were yelling at each other and shit. And so I guess the fucking dude went up to the wheelchair and he said, fuck you. And
wow.
He started spinning the guy around like uncontrollably.
Jeez.
Like he was twirling. He was controlling his wheelchair and like flinging the wheelchair around and like spinning it around and shit. It's like our boy Bovana said. He goes, only in New York, fuck. Yeah, you see that coming into work, fuck. He goes, yeah, the guy was like spinning his wheelchair around. Fucking dude was going around and around.
Yeah.
He goes, fuck it. And people were yelling, hey, stop twirling the guy. Fuck it.
Wow. You're right. That is a New York scene if I've ever heard one before. You're right.
Yeah.
Where else could you spot that? By the way, I saw something on TSN last night. You got to be some kind of sadistic bastard to be sitting in front of the TV and make plans to watch this Holinka Gretzky Junior hockey tournament that they've been showing all week. Can you do hockey in August, Gabe? Because I love hockey, but I can't do hockey in August. I'm sorry, I can't. It's out of sight, out of mind for now for me.
I noticed that too the other night before I left. I was flicking around. I was like, why is there fucking hockey on 5 channels right now?
Because it's TS fucking N. That's why, yeah.
I was like, the fuck? Come on, man. Like, really? I was like, oh boy, here it comes. And I actually crossed my mind. I was like, wow, I won't be really dealing with that this year. You know what I mean? I won't be seeing all that. I'll be dealing with the ESPNs of the world and shit now. Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You will not ever see any Holinka Gretzky tournament down there in Fox Sports 1 or ESPN.
Nice to see you, Sonny Vega. I know it's mean, fuck. I know we shouldn't be laughing, but the guy told the story better to me too. It was Chris Bovana, fuck, told the story. He's like, man, he fucking started spinning him around and fucking. He goes, I wanted to go over and stop, but he goes, they knew each other. Yeah.
You're spinning in that chair. All that's missing is if you could somehow get it to fly in the air like
there are a lot of people arguing.
Movies. Yeah.
It's not like people think like the New York has like the old New Yorker reputation. Like everyone's like cutting each other off and fuck you and all that type of shit. I don't really see that, but there are a lot of fucking street people and they do argue a lot. Like I have seen a lot of. I didn't see the wheelchair incident today, but I saw it today. Fucking 2 dudes nearly got into it. They knew each other. They were like homeless dudes fucking outside the subway. They were getting pissed at each other about something. Fuck.
Yeah.
And all right, fuck this fucking NFL game. We're going back to the CFL.
Yeah, 1910 Indy, 21-10 Dallas.
So you know what, Urbano? I got like a fucking tool. Fuck. I gave 6. I was all excited. I gave 6 preseason bets tonight. If Dallas hangs on, fuck, I go 3-3. So I lose some fucking juice right there.
Yeah.
lose, but I go 3-3 with this Seattle loss. I actually put a little more on Seattle, and now you come to think of it, fuck. But
it was decent actually tonight, although it really would have been good if Miami got something at Osweiler and won instead of lost. And Chicago, I had Chicago too. They didn't get it done. But other than that, I had Carolina. Buffalo over was good. New Orleans.
And I just
Baltimore.
lost fucking 2.5 in the FC game. Fuck.
Oh,
I was on a nice run. Remember we talked about it, man. I said, and it always happens to me too, and it sucks because I do travel a lot, but I rarely win when I'm on the road.
Yep.
Like it just, you got other shit going on. You're out of your element. It's just different. You don't research to say, how the hell am I going to research any games? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm going back and forth on ferries. When I wasn't on the air, I was at meetings and meeting people and like fucking, you got to meet this guy and go here. And like, there was all kinds of shit. But in the 2 nights I was there, I went 5-2. Fuck. It's pretty good, like for a road trip for me. Like so many times I've come back and I was like, oh, it was a good trip, but fuck, I lost $500 betting. But hey, I'm 11-3 in my last 14 baseball picks.
Baseball, you're rocking it right now. And it's the same dilemma I had when I went to IFBC last year in Costa Rica. I didn't get any quality handicapping done. Not at all there. It's impossible. How can you?
Well, you can if you wake up in the hotel early in the morning where you're all hungover. You're going to sit there for 2 hours. But not the same. Exactly. Like, well, we're in Vegas. It's, you know what I mean? The same thing. It's just sort of you pull the trigger on the spot, hope for the best, you know?
The good news is my NFL preseason, I don't put out plays to clients for that. Only on Twitter. Yeah. So the only thing I do for clients right now until September when NFL and college begins is CFL. So CFL, I'll handicap that CFL card before I leave for Las Vegas in a couple weeks, and I won't have a whole lot to do really on that weekend in terms of capping work. For clients, that is. I got a cap for me, but not for them.
No, exactly. Like I'll pretty much know what preseason NFL games and UFC fights, you know what I mean? I'll pretty much know college, what we're all betting on already.
Yep.
I won't have to think about it. I'll just get the bets in when I'm there.
Touchdown BC, yeah. Keep it up, guys.
Yeah, right. Mike Riley just turned it over, fucking the end zone.
Yep.
Or right on the 1 yard line or whatever. Fucking right there.
Just punched it in now. Yep. 28-20.
I told you guys in the chat, I said BC's going to come back. I should have double clicked it, but I was already on them.
This is what they did against Winnipeg a few weeks ago in Lule's first start of the season after he took over.
Hard Lule, bro. You can't take it away from him, man.
How about the fact that he's made it this long and still healthy and still playing without an injury? That's the amazing part.
So I don't understand the theory. Why did they just go for 2? Why?
And they didn't get it either.
You're up 7, Babano. Like, just kick the extra point and get an 8 point.
Force them to get 2. Exactly.
Why would you I'm telling you, Wally Buono, man. Like, the guy's fucking weird, bro.
That's a little bizarre. That's bizarre. I mean, it's not the worst decision ever, but it's a skeptical.
Danner, you guys might be right. Danner's saying Buono's an idiot. But I think Ken might, maybe the kicker's hurt.
See, I've had the sound down throughout this entire CFL game, so I can't hear what they're saying, or I probably wouldn't have even noticed the kicker's been injured. But that might be it.
I don't know.
That's it. That changes everything.
I don't know if the kicker's injured. I don't know. They scored.
Yep.
Look up. I see the touchdown, and I see them. They missed the 2. And I look up. I'm like, why would you? I'm looking. Well, if it's 27-20, why are you going for 2?
Yep.
Just kick the fucking point. You're up 8. And then you know what I mean.
Well, an Edmonton touchdown now will definitely send the game.
Watch. Now Edmonton's going to score and they're going to be tied instead of making Edmonton go for 2.
It is better for the over, Ken. You're right.
27, we hit the over.
You do get the over, exactly. And I do have that too. So just, but overtime throws BC into chaos. So, but you worry about that if you cross that bridge if you get to it.
Ooh, I hate to say it right now, but fucking suddenly Edmonton's pretty attractive at plus 265 on the money line.
Yeah, that's not a bad price. Now, do you firmly trust BC to close this thing out is the question.
And here's a deep pass. And fuck do I ever wish. Oh, my God. That was a weird play. What the fuck is happening here? That's some crazy shit, bro.
Yeah.
First off, I was like, oh my God, that's a crazy catch. Secondly, like he nearly caught it off his foot after, or it got intercepted nearly, and then it got dropped. I don't even know what they called. Like
It's got to be incomplete, I would think.
was it incomplete or was it a catch and then a fumble? Like, look. He caught it, bro. Look. He catches it. He's got it. That's a catch. That's a catch. Ooh.
There you go.
Yeah. How's that plus 265? Hey, we fucking, man, what? If they tie this game in 1 second, you're like, damn.
Yep.
They froze it just as I looked at it and I said it. But now, like, if they score, it's fucking stupid. So it was down by contact. They should be down the field. And then there's a penalty because fucking Buddy face masked them.
Yeah, they're going to tack on 15 yards after for that. Yeah.
Let's see. Hell of a catch. Kind of goes up for it. Look at this. Like his foot goes right to Buddy. Was he down by contact? That's not even a penalty. He didn't even grab the helmet there, actually. You see on the side, he grabbed the fucking shoulder pad. Fucking
they can't call that horse collar. Clear.
They did.
Wow.
You see the replay.
Horse collar tackle. What are we looking at here? Jesus.
It wasn't. He grabbed his fucking shoulder and he fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It looked like it, but it wasn't.
You know what one issue I've had with the CFL too is the roughing the passer for barely grazing the quarterback, and they'll still call it. It's way too touchy toward the quarterback, way too protective of the quarterback. I know you want to protect him, but just grazing his shoulder and he goes down, that's not roughing the passer. Sorry. You got to let him at least put something on the quarterback as long as it's not too late. But grazing his shoulder is not roughing the passer. But they call that all the time in the CFL.
Stage name is asking for a sports book. Bet Online, very good book. BetOnline.ag is a good book.
Yep.
Bet365 is a good book. Bookmaker.eu.
They're all good. Yeah.
But a stage name, you're in the right place if you're looking for a sports book. Just scroll right down here, and you'll see under the show more SPR rating guide. That's what Sportsbook Reviews business is, connecting people with sports books. They have a review, so you'll know, all right, I can deposit money like this. I can bet this or that, right? But check out
365 is excellent for live betting. It's
SPR rating guide. They'll give you all the information for all the different sports books, and you get a nice bonus when you sign up too.
Yeah, Bet365, my favorite for live betting. It's without a doubt. I think live betting.
Yeah.
It's hard to find a better one than them. But Pinnacle's good. I love Pinnacle. 5 Dimes is fine. Bookmaker, Chris is fine.
I'm not a big 5 Dimes guy.
Heritage is fine. Yep. They're all pretty solid.
I don't know much about Heritage. I hear a lot about it. I never bet there. All right, here's Edmonton going deep again. Nope. Fuck. They're going to be in field goal territory. It's going to get us up to 50.
Yeah, they'll probably kick a field goal with White. I remember friends of mine at that Tycat game when he was with Montreal. We'd give that guy so much grief. Whitey, just driving him nuts.
You think you drove him nuts, or are you just saying he was driving him nuts?
I don't know if he did, but he was always looking back and looking at who was yelling. And
did he miss kicks? Like, that's the key.
He missed the odd one. He would. Not every time, but he would miss the odd one. Yeah, it did work once for sure. Maybe twice, but they were worse. My buddies did it way more than I did. They love doing that. Whitey. Gonna miss another one now, Whitey.
27-23. So we're up to 50.
That's great. That's fantastic, because even if Edmonton scores a touchdown, 30-27, and I got plus 3.5 on BC. So
that's a good point.
That's perfect. Even if Edmonton wins by 3 at 30-27, I am a happy guy because I cashed both.
All right, Babano. So good talking to you. We'll speak to you on the radio tomorrow.
I was going to say, I don't know how you're doing it. You got to be dog shit tired right now at 20-1, but amazing job that you're doing shows like this. Like I said, who else in the world is doing 2 shows, live shows in 2 different countries today?
Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool, actually, huh?
It is, yeah.
You know, I only thought of it when I tweeted out after, but I remember it was a big deal when Phil Collins played fucking 2 shows in 2 countries. You know, Canada, US are close, but you know what I mean? Like, but he did USA in London, if you remember, like the festival, the US Fest, the Live Aid or whatever the hell it was.
Right.
He jumped on a plane. He did it earlier in the day in the States, and he jumped on a plane. Or no, sorry, he was in London earlier in the day, and he did the States at night. And it was the big deal. It was like, oh, he's the first guy ever to do 2 concerts in 2 different continents in the same day. You know, I don't know. I'm sure I'm not the first person in the world ever to fucking do this, but it's not common. You know what I mean? Can say these days, like, you know, 2 shows, 2 different fucking countries today. Fuck. Can't say fucking I don't fucking get it done.
No, exactly. It's all part and parcel with the fact that how many shows you only need one hand probably to count the number of shows you've missed over like a 5, 10 year, 15, 20 year span even. You don't miss that many. And not many are going to pull off what you did today and fly. You know, most people are just, you know, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do the show. I just got back from, you know, a trip to New York. But no, you're here doing the show. That's you.
Yeah, you know what? I appreciate that, but I get paid, and it's a dedication thing. It's you know, it's our job.
It's a therapy thing. I think you enjoy it. It's like therapy, as you say, these shows sometimes for you.
You know, no, I'm not gonna lie. Fuck, like, yeah, a couple hours ago, fuck, I was thinking, holy fuck, I really got to fucking, you know what I mean? Yeah. Look, I could have shut it down.
Human nature, exactly, to think that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and it's my birthday. A lot of people be like, man, I flew all fucking day. I already did it. My birthday. So no, you know, every day, man, it's the same. We bring it, fuck, man. Whether it's fucking, I don't give a shit, fuck.
That's why give this show. It's and I was just.
I don't care if I'm in Montreal, Las Vegas, Toronto, fucking New York, or fucking Iowa. Fuck, man, we'll fucking bring it.
We'll bring the show. Just like last night when you brought it, you know, you somehow patched together Wi-Fi off Craig Carton's cell phone and somehow got 1 hour's worth of a show last night on location. There you go. Perfect example of that. So it's Gabe's birthday. Before I go, I got to say this. I see 116 viewers and I only see 42 thumbs up. Let's go here. Thumbs up on this show. Gabe's here. It's his birthday. He's had coming back from New York. Still did a show tonight. Still did a long show going on 3 hours. Let's get some thumbs up going before we call it a show.
I appreciate that, Babano. And yeah, you too. You get yourself some rest, and we'll speak you. Thanks for the kind words, Babano. Thanks for your time, and get some rest. And we'll speak tomorrow at 5:00 on the Fantasy Sports Radio Network.
That's right, regular radio hit Friday.
The fumble. Ooh, it is Edmonton. Fuck, that plus 265 is looking juicy now. Son of a bitch.
Wow, the one thing BC couldn't do, turn it over, and they just did it with a 4-point lead. Now, defense is going to have to rise up. Yeah, I'll be on the radio 5 p.m. tomorrow with you and be back in our Wednesday night slot next week. So
tomorrow on SBR at all, or just your video day of the day?
Just the MLB video tomorrow on SBR. But IFBC, countdown's on 2 weeks. I'll be there, and everybody else probably will be as well. We're looking forward to it. That's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait.
Good stuff, Babano. Thanks for the time, buddy.
All right, buddy. Good night. Good night to everyone watching as well. See ya.
There's Babano. Great stuff with Babano. Thanks. Babano's actually a great guy to do a show with like this tonight because he likes to talk, so it's good. You know, when you're beaten down, there's certain guests like in the industry too, like in the radio, it's different. This show is different because it's very loose and shit. When I'm on the radio and shit, there's certain guests that are like, I know, I'm like, all right, this guy is good. Fuck, like, you know, like my boy Pete Annapolis. Yeah, I asked Pete Annapolis one question. He goes Bill Walton style. It's great. Like, it's good if you're beaten down. You know what I mean? Like if you want to get a word in, it's tough. But like I tell Cam all the time, man. I'm like, Pete's coming on, and I say, listen, we'll ask him 1 or 2 questions, and it's going to be the whole segment. All right? I said, just let him go. Fucking. I said, it's good. It's good. So like you just sit back, and it's like good. Then there's other fucking guests, man. You fucking ask them a question. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Their defense really good. Yeah, run defense. It's like, fuck, bro. You just gave me a 3-second answer. I can't like carry this for you all the time. Fuck. Oh, BC, come on, give me a pick 6. Shit's getting crazy. Entertaining. I told you, CFL's getting fun, but I'm kicking myself. I was going to tease this game too, and if we would have teased it also, I was going to take – I usually do that, right? Side, total, teaser. Would have done it, didn't do it, and the teaser would have already fucking hit. We need a fucking touchdown. Fuck. The problem is, like now BC is going to fucking run the ball, fucking kick a fucking field goal, and it's going to get us to 53. And then Edmonton's still going to need a fucking touchdown. It's fucking aggravating. Like, we need 54 and a half. I don't know. Maybe BC could just pop a run in here for a touchdown. They're pretty fired up. I'm pissed off I didn't double up on this, too. It's just bothering me. I can't let it bother me. And here's the first run up the middle that goes nowhere fast. Thank you very much. Just do it quickly. Yes, you can, Hyman. Yeah. Yeah, you can tease, and I normally do. I often do, fuck. And you guys know that's sort of my thing. Side total teaser on CFL. I didn't do it tonight. I don't know. I'm beaten down. I'm not thinking like I've got to make a decision about my weekend and shit. Like I said, man, all this travel. I'm supposed to be in Montreal, fuck. Except I'm getting beaten down, and it's also expensive fucking flying around the world like this. Oh, yes, touchdown. What a catch. No, he dropped it. Oh, he dropped it. I thought he caught it. Some books you can buy points with the CFL. Bookmaker, you can buy points. Fuck, man. Fucking number 13. He had it. There was our over. I thought we had it. I was supposed to go to Montreal Saturday morning, Sunny Vega. I'm going to go. Fuck. I'm not going to pussy out. It's a grind, but it's just I didn't get a plane ticket. And I looked today, and it was like fucking $336, man. And plus, I'm thinking, you know what? I don't know. We're going to see. But I kind of have to go for the homicide thing, too. I'm just fucking worn out, man. And I got to pack up. I'm like leaving here in 2 weeks. Like, I can't just spend every weekend like living like I'm fucking some fucking like on vacation here. And I want to donate money too to Sun Youth, right? So I might just donate the money, but I don't know, man. Like I said, I can't make any decisions now. I'm fucking tired. I'm burnt down. I'm getting fucking fucked up. I'm seeing black spots in the air and shit even. Like, you know, my eyes are fucking hurting and shit. It's weird because I'm all right. I'm very robotic. Like mentally and my voice and shit never really changes. But like physically, I can't control it, right? I can't control looking tired or fucking getting tired. I'm human. I'm a robot, but I'm pretty machine, but so what the fuck? So it's 30-23. So we're in the same boat we're in now. It's a touchdown. Edmonton now needs a fucking touchdown. I don't think they're going to get it. Why are you sad, JP? Because this game's not going to go over? I'm not happy about it either, but it's a cold world. Come on, man. Bobby Riggs, you're like one of the people in the meeting. Fuck. I'm listening to all your stories. Oh, woe is me. What's up, big man? Big Man on Campus will join us tomorrow evening on the Friday Night Freak Show. Virtual birthday game? Not right now, no. No, like I said, let's just pretend tomorrow's my birthday. Even though, whatever. Technically, it's midnight, whatever. But my birthday's August 10th, Oh, yeah, we got the soccer tomorrow, too. Me and Big Man will talk MLS and EPL, but we've got Manchester United tomorrow. It's down to minus 188 right now. I'll lay the minus 188. I'll be fucking poly-public on this. Give me Manchester United. Minus 188. No Carton show tomorrow, apathetic bystander. No. I'm back in Toronto right now. They're off tomorrow. I'll be on the Carton show, apathetic bystanders, like permanently, starting Tuesday, September the 4th. Tuesday, September the 4th. And it'll be me. It'll be me, Michelle Serpico, Corey Parson, and Craig Carton. And then, like, October 1st or so, Craig Carton's going to step aside for a month or two, or depending on his situation and how it turns out. And then it'll be me, Corey, and Michelle. So I'm gonna be on for like a month with them to sort of get a dynamic of the show and everything. And then in October it'll be me, Michelle, and Corey. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Now listen, there's no secret that going up against the Feds isn't an easy task. Yet the case is kind of weak, fuck. But anyways, I don't know. I don't know much. I don't know enough about it to discuss it. But from publicly what I see, very cool dude though. Like considering, I'd be pretty fucking stressed out, Like I said, I know some details that I can't really get into, but nearly intercepted. There's 2 minutes left. We might get a field goal out of this. Thanks, big man. And me and Cam Stewart, we're still doing our thing. Red Heat and Rage Radio. So yeah, nothing will change. Red Heat and Rage Radio will still be on. I'll still be doing the SBR stuff. We won't be doing 3-hour shows and shit because I'm gonna have to be getting up real early in the morning every day, but we'll figure it out. I appreciate that, Hyman Roth. Yeah, it's the big leagues, man. It's fucking syndicated. It's on TV. It's all that stuff. So it's the big leagues, baby. It's the big leagues. All right. So can we get a field goal out of this on the way out? We might be able to. The old CFL fucking last minute like point. You know, somebody's on the under here. The worst thing they can have, fuck, we're not close enough for a field goal. They'll punt it from here. Fuck. I don't know what's going to happen here. I don't know. Did the Colts just fucking give it up? Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, like, it's pretty much the fuck. They're punting. Fuck. They got another point. It's torture. It's at 54. We need 54 and a half. I like how they have Michelle like on the edge with her legs sticking out and shit. Like you guys were saying, it sucks. You can buy half points. You can buy points at some sports books for the CFL, but you can't for you can at Bet365. It's fucking annoying. I hate that. Fuck. Because I got 54 and a half. It's at 54. Fuck. Edmonton, Edmonton, Edmonton just can't get it going, man. BC's like secondary is playing well tonight. Mike Riley's just a little off. You notice like every pass is just nearly intercepted. They're going to go for it again. I don't know if we can get another point out of this. Fuck, man, this is frustrating. We need one fucking point. 2nd and 10. He's scrambling. He goes deep. Now it's 3rd and 10 with 1:16 left. Yeah, I don't know. Is Big Man still here? You like the MLS Big Man? NYFC, baby. I said I'm a fan of the MLS patch. Completes it. Darrell Walker. I got to tell you, the CFL is an entertaining game. It's frustrating for us. Suddenly it looks like they could score. Yeah, it's got the Man City feel to it, right? But like I was saying earlier, Big Man, normally you don't see like this very baseballish, eh? It's like fucking the strike. I look forward to getting out to a game at Yankee Stadium. Well, clock is ticking. Yeah, there's no name on the back of this. They had David Villa t-shirts at the place. I was surprised I found this, actually. You know, I looked around a bit. They weren't everywhere. Dude at the store told me, though, that they're fucking hot sellers. Because they only had like fucking 5 or 6 of them, and they didn't have all the sizes and shit. And I asked if he had more. And he said, bro, there was at Modell's. He goes, man, every time we put them on a rack, man, they're gone within an hour. Fuck. I didn't see any Red Bull gear either. I didn't see anyone wearing this jersey, though, when I was there. I saw a few dudes with fucking NYFC hats. All right, time's really running out here. 16 seconds. He's going for the end zone. Fucking Riley. Fucking idiot. Fucking Riley. Like, Riley's, you know, the best quarterback in the league, man. But he's been really off this year. He puts up big fantasy numbers, but come on, fuck. Dude was wide open in the end zone. He fucking missed him by like 6 yards, man. Like that, what was that? The reason I used to have impact stuff, big man. The reason I don't have an impact jersey is I don't like the I refuse to wear like a jersey with a bank on it. I don't like the BMO sponsor on it. So I'd like to get, you know what, when I'm in Montreal, I'll take a look this weekend, actually. It's a good point. If I could find, like I used to have a fucking impact jersey. And it did before they had the bank as their sponsor. Like it used to be Saputo cheese. I had a Saputo one. I didn't mind that. Saputo, fuck, they own the team, but they fucking have BMO on their fucking jersey now. I don't like banks. I can't. I'm not gonna buy a jersey with a fucking bank logo on it. That's why I don't have an impact jersey. It's just a moral thing. Like I'm not a big fan of wearing any of these sponsor type things, to be honest, but some of them don't bother me as much, right? Like I wouldn't walk around with one of them with the Sportsbook on it and shit. It's like, fuck that. Fuck that Sportsbook's not paying me. Fuck it. You know? I don't like banks. Why would I fucking, I'm not gonna pay. Oh yeah, I'm gonna pay to wear a bank fucking shirt. Yeah, I'm considering it. I'm gonna move into the same condo as Michelle Serpico. She says she can hook me up. Yeah, the thing is, too, trust me, I've looked, like, it pissed me off. Like, I wanted to get an Impact tracksuit, actually. It was really cool, fuck. It didn't have the fucking BMO thing on it. Like I said, there used to be Saputo. And it was cool, fuck. I didn't mind. Like, the Saputo Impact shit was cool, but they're all big time now, and they got the fucking bank sponsor and shit. And it's like they slapped their logo on everything, fuck. Like I said, if it was anything else, I wouldn't care. It just bothers me. Fuck. Same with TFC. I'd get a TFC jersey. You know what I mean? I live right near the stadium. Fuck. I lived here for fucking years, but. All right, gentlemen. I'm going to do a little research actually tonight here. I'm going to look about Jersey City. Like I said, wherever I fucking go, I know I'll make the wrong choice. It's like, the place is nice. All right, see here, yeah, here's the view actually. I don't know, fuck. It looks kind of far to me, man. Oh, I don't know, fuck. I'm gonna have to bite the bullet, fuck. I'm just gonna have to pick a spot and deal with it. I don't know. It seems I'm looking here at the view and shit. It just seems kind of far. And Michelle even told me, she goes, yeah, there's not really a lot around the place. It's like industrial type shit. They're lofts, fuck. It's not like a condo. They're like open space type thing. The view is not as glamorous. You know you're in Jersey, fuck. Fuck, I don't know. Like I said, I could. I could fucking yeah, crazy thing about Michelle Serpico is her fucking uncle is the bassist of Megadeth. Fuck. We're gonna get him on when I'm hosting and shit. I told her, I said, can you get him on? She's like, oh yeah, anytime. Fuck. She goes, you want me to call him right now? She busted out her phone. You see today, right? She was like, Card's like, call Diaz right now. She was like, oh, I could. No, I'm not dead set on New Jersey, Sonny. I'm going to start that. That's the whole thing, Sonny, to be honest. That's the thing, Sonny. I'm not dead set on Jersey. So I've that was sort of just easy because of the ferry and shit. But I'm going to start poking around some other spots. I really prefer to be within walking distance. I'll start poking around. It'll be all right. I got to get out of here, though. Hey, thanks for the love. Thanks for the support. It's fucking frustrating. We ended up going 4-4 tonight with our bets. I should have won more. I should have doubled up on BC here, but we didn't lose. Well, we lost some juice. It's annoying, but it's a little promotional video for Jersey City. All right. So, hey, thanks, April, for the kind words, April. April's the best. Thanks, April. And if any, I know you said, I saw you send me a message, April, but I'd like to respond. Thanks. It's been tough. I've been on the airports and all this type of shit, as you guys know, but we'll see you guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. We'll be on the radio with the Raging Redhead Cam Stewart, Red Heat and Rage Radio, back tomorrow. Thanks for the birthday wishes. You guys rock. Give us a thumbs up if you haven't. Kenny Fogg. Thanks to Ian Cameron, a.k.a. Babano. Thanks to sportsbookreview.com. Support SBR. Watch their content tomorrow, all their videos throughout the day. And you guys talking about sports books coming up for the football season. Check out the SBR rating guide for a sports book of your choice. Other than that, you're on your own. Later.